Hello, hello. I need to turn this down. Hello, hello, everybody. It's kind of loud for me. Welcome to today's stream. I am having issues with my Widow iPad here. My itty bitty Widow. Also, first off, okay, there we go. Just get everything set up, everything nice and set up for myself here. So obviously my iPad's coming in here a bit wackadoodle. Like this, that is a square, but it looks like a rectangle. Let's try some quick troubleshooting, which happens pretty often with this. Honestly, I don't know if it's my iPad. I don't know if it's my capture card, and I don't know if it's OBS. Something in this, that renders fine. I don't think it's OBS. I think it's something with the capture card. I thought I had this solved, and I do not. So we're going to try another route here, another route. Don't mind me as we figure this out together. HDMI audio capture device. Okay. Library. Come on, little guy. Capture. Just capture the iPad so I can start the stream. Well, it's getting set up. Everyone's been having reasonable to great. What day is it? Friday. Friday. I have a whole list of things to talk about. Drawing should be happening. Dear Lord, why is this not? Make sure the graphics driver is up to date and NVIDIA GeForce is not used for video recording by any other application. Well, that'd be OBS. Well, quit. Let's quit that. I'm going to try this again. Well, that works right away. Perfect, wonderful, fantastic. Welcome to the stream. We're going to write on the screen here. Oh, my hands are cold. My hands are really cold. I've been keeping my windows open last couple days because it's been getting too hot in my condo. Despite it being like dead middle of winter, it's getting like 75, 80 degrees inside. Just like a little bit of sunlight does a lot of work. So it is Friday. I am drinking no wine today. I'm so sorry. We are drinking instead on tap. Nope. Gotta remember how to do this. On tap is Icicle Brewing. Dirty Face Amber. It is a beer in a can. Very exciting. So I got a couple things to do today on this streaming agenda, which is kind of free-form chatting. One, chatting. Very exciting. Two, art review. I've commissioned a bunch of artwork, and I post it in various places, but I rarely actually show it on stream. I'd like to go through some of the recent pieces I have commissioned of late. I think essentially since all the pieces since my 2.0 Aristocratic Sanish debut. Draw? Question mark, and then more chatting. That's kind of the vibe I want to get for today's stream. It is, after all, a vlog more than anything. Haha. I had to cancel last week. Did I cancel last week? Oh, you know what? No. I didn't cancel last week. Last week was my two-year stream anniversary last Wednesday. That's why it feels like it's been so long. It's been 10 whole days. 10 whole days without chatting. Oh, the peril, the terror of it all. I spent all last weekend socializing, and I think I'm just now, after 4 or 5 days of not socializing and like being a hermit inside my condo, I'm just starting to hit like the little bit of feeling welling up in me. It's like, maybe I want to socialize with people again. But I'm like, no, not for a couple more days. Gotta make it through Valentine's Day, then we can socialize. Because you can't just be like, hey, single friend, you want to hang out and want to come over for Valentine's Day? Like, that is not a vibe I ever wish to cultivate in my life. Thank you very much. I'm not going to say I hate Valentine's Day, but it is probably my least favorite holiday. My friends had a ranking and a slide decks. I have two friends who independently of each other, before they even were either knew me, had slide decks prepared for why one hates Thanksgiving and why one hates Christmas. And so now I feel I need to make one. The slide decks were arguing why Thanksgiving and Christmas were respectively the worst holidays. So I might need to make a slide deck of why Valentine's Day is the worst holiday. And not just because I'm single. In fact, Valentine's Day, while single, has been fantastic. It has been wonderful. It's made the holiday so much better. Valentine's Day while in relationships, awful. I'll put that down here. This is a later topic, B-Day. So let's start with some light chatting. What's been going on, everybody? What's been going on there? What's been going on with me? I made a list here. The problem is I make a list of what to chat about and stream as I'm going through the week. But then I don't ever order them or categorize them. So it's kind of me looking at like a flat list of like bullet items and being like, oh, I gotta pick something. I'll talk about this one because it came up like first thing. It came up not first thing. It came up like 25 minutes ago. So I sandwiched about 6 months ago. No. 4 months. 4 months ago? Shit. 1 second. I need to verify how long this was because it'll change my story. When did I start going to this gym? I started going to this gym in August. It's been 6 months since I started going to the gym. Well. So 6 months of gym. So 6 months gym. So here I am. Here's my little fox ears. Here's my little foxy face. Unhappy because I'm in the gym, right? Little foxy face. So I'm at the gym. I can't, what do you draw a little, you got a little waist, and then you have your little like, so I'm at the gym, right? I'm at the gym and I'm lifting weights. So we're gonna have like we're gonna have a bar here. And then we have little barbells, right? So for the last like 6 months or so, I've been doing a program called Couch to Barbell. Couch to Barbell. Now about 4 years ago, I did the Couch to the Couch to 5K program, which is a progressive program to essentially learn how to run and learn how to do distance running. So I'd never done it before, and it seemed kind of like it had all the hallmarks of what I'd want out of like an exercise routine. But the problem is, one, if you do want to get into running and you have run not at all in your life, like a certain Fox boy, Couch 5K worked pretty well. About like my work reimbursed me for buying a smartwatch that I bought a Couch 5K program on that let me like do a little practice running. I did that until my knee started hurting. Knee hurty. So right here it's like knee hurty. My little left knee starts hurting. So I stopped running. And I stopped exercising for a while. I straight up stopped exercising for a while. Not good, you know? And so August, my friend, my now gym senpai was talking up her gym and saying how great her gym was, how wonderful her gym was. And I should go to the gym with her. Maybe I should go to the gym. Have I considered about going to the gym? And I was like, I don't wanna. But August rolled around and I had an unused, my work has a fitness reimbursement. So I'll pay for like a couple $100 of fitness things per year. The challenge is they don't buy everything that you want. Like they don't buy running shoes, which is a total scam, but they do cover gym fees. And so I realized I could get most of a gym membership covered. So I get 1 year of gym membership covered at this local gym. It's like a local independent gym. It's not like a Planet Fitness or like a Gold's Gym or like a 24-hour fitness or I ran out of mega gym chain names. It's just like a local one. It's like 1 year is like $500 for a year. I'm like, great, fantastic. I'll get it. I'll try it out. I'll go for it. So last 6 months, I've been doing this couch barbell program, which is essentially using free weights, using barbells, right? Like little barbells like this. Sometimes you have kind of like a blue color. Sometimes you have a little magnetic, like little magnetic disc you put on to get like a little incremental weights. And so I've been doing that for a while, about 6 months now, apparently. And I hit the point, and I mentioned this on other streams, where I need to graduate from the barbell, little barbell, to the actual like, or the free weights, the actual barbell here. And it's a little hash things for gripping. So I need to graduate to the actual barbell. And I've known this for a while, and I've been putting it off. I'm like, I don't want to learn this. I don't want to do this. Then Saturday rolls around. My gym, we have a like small community Discord. We have a tradition of saying good morning in it, which is a very nice tradition, I got to say. Kind of gets the chat going for the day. You can interact with people. You could choose not to interact with people. It makes it so like the chat doesn't get stale in some ways. Like, general chat is like pause at some like late night heavy topic or whatever. So I said, good morning, chat. Drinking my coffee at my desk. Positioned very much like I'm sitting right now. I got like a little blanket on and everything. And she's like, rise and shine, ready to go to the gym? Learn some barbell, get fit? And I'm like, oh, I'm not. She's like, I'll be here for 30 more minutes if you can make it. And I'm like, Gym Senpai, not like this. It's too early in the morning, Gym Senpai. But I buckled in. I went to the gym. I first time ever going on a weekend, and it's like 9 a.m., which for me is very early to go to a gym. So on Saturday, I learned how to use the barbell. I'm so proud of myself. So I actually did I used the full barbell. I had one exercise where I had to actually put like these really big weights on it. Ooh. And just a little locker mechanism you put on. They're like really big, really wide weights, but so therefore you can deadlift, so you can set the bar on the ground without having to be all the way on the ground. But like these are like, I don't know, like a quarter. I feel like they're a quarter-inch wide. They're like this, like it's a huge looking weight, but it's like it's 5 pounds. It's a 5 pound weight, but it looks so big, and you're like, yeah, I'm strong. So I learned how to use a barbell finally, and I did it twice now. I survived, but the reason I bring this up, besides the brag, I can lift a bare barbell at 45 pounds. I'm a very strong boy. Oh, while she was teaching me, when I first did the first squat, because that was like one of the ones I wanted to get the form right on, she just yelled in the gym. She's like, yes, skinny legend. And I'm like, why'd you have to yell that? So now my name's been called through my gym as yes, skinny legend. And I'm just like, I'm just a little fox boy, just trying to lift weights. That was my trauma for the week. But so I was, the reasons comes up. One, it was on my list here. I have barbell training on my list right here. I was before stream this afternoon, today. I was after my piano stream today, I realized that like I haven't shaved my arms in a while, which I've started doing this a couple months ago. And every time I shave more body hair off of any type, I feel better about myself. And at first it's a trim and then it's a shave. And it's like, oh wow, I feel better. And so like piano string has really highlighted to me how often I need to like take care of some of the things. So as I shaved my arms off, part of that is like, you have to like lift your arms up to like shave like different angles. Arms are cylinders, and there's a lot of angles to shave. Same with legs. It's a big scam if you ask me. Why can't this be flat and one-sided and just like one easy like plane, like a big squeegee to get rid of? But I've actually like gained arm muscle, which is very like first time in my life, to the point like it's one of those things where I saw it and I was a little jump scared by it, because like if you're in the gym and you're working out, you're not like, at least I'm not paying attention to like, you have like shirt sleeves on, right? You have shirt sleeves, or like you're not like actively flexing. But I saw like I actually had a bicep, like a defined bicep for the very first time in my life, and I was shooked. I am still shooked by it, absolutely shooked. Now I've done exercise and sports. I can't say it straight face. I've done exercises and physical activities before. I've never done sports. That I've gained muscle in weird places. Scarmelloni. I can't do it. Scarmelloni. I'm sorry, my Italian. Like I've done weird sports before that give you weird muscle distributions. Like if you want weird muscle distributions, fencing is the sport for you. You're just like, I have one quad. That is great. The other one I have never used in my life. It's like very asymmetric sports. Climbing, if you want to just get forearm muscles, climbing, delightful. Not delightful. It's like very asymmetric. You have like a skinny bicep and just like this forearm. So you just cuff your sleeve. Just cuff your sleeves just enough. So you have like your arm comes down, you know, your arm, and you just cuff the sleeve like right here on the arm, and then you have like your shirt coming down, and you have your bulging little like forearm here with like some veins running through it. Apparently some women like that. I can't draw hands, so we're just gonna ignore that. But this first time getting like symmetrical actually at a gym working out, I'm just like, I have arm muscles? This is wild. It's absolutely wild. What's next? Abs. There's no way I'm getting abs. That's not happening. It'd be nice, but like, it's not happening. Because after all, my intent with going to the gym is not, in fact, getting swole. In fact, I really don't want to gain muscle mass. This is my problem. This is my deep problem. I don't want to gain muscle mass. I don't want to gain weight. But I would just want to not be a decrepit old man who crumbles into dust when I turn 45 in a couple of years. You know, I want to be able to get out of my chair and not worry about like my back being thrown out. I want to be able to like recover from a mild fall. I want to be able to put my pants on both legs at a time, not sitting down. I want to be able to like carry my luggage through Japan. Like these are the basic, I want basic body functionality. I don't want a lot of body weight or mass. I don't like that self-image of myself. But so having a little bit of muscle is a bit of a jump scare sort of situation. I'm kind of a bit afraid to weigh myself because I'm going to be probably my highest weight I've ever been due to some gained muscle. And I'm just like, your latent eating disorder doesn't like that, does it? That's my gym story. I'll go get, I might go tomorrow. I don't really want to though. I really like going to the gym on work time. Going to the gym during the workday, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because it's like, you're doing something good for yourself. You're not giving two shits about your job. Technically you're getting paid to go. I do like getting paid to go to the gym. So that was my gym thingy. Also the fact that like now that I'm doing hand cams on my piano streams, I'm very cognizant, very aware of like arm hairs, which is good because every time I shave off like my arm hairs or any sort of body hair, I feel better about myself, and I forget that. And that's the problem, is I forget that because like the last like 3-4 days I've been getting a deep sense of like ennui and like not depression, but general listlessness and ennui. And I think that's part of it, is I forget there's these things that like slowly creep up that if I don't action on them, I just won't feel better. And it's like keeping my apartment clean, cooking for myself, getting rid of body hair, shaving my face. Ugh. Getting a little treat and little snack. Those things make you feel better over time. So I'm feeling better right now because 1, I have a 3-day weekend. 2, I got a nice beer here. I'm chatting. I'm going to slide into, probably after the stream, whenever the stream ends, I'm probably going to binge the rest of My Hero Academia Season 6. I'm probably going to play some Genshin Impact, and maybe some Minecraft. I was like, those are my deep plans for the weekend. Or actually, yeah, no, those are actually my plans for the weekend. I'm going to spend the entirety of Valentine's Day just doing those 3 things. So let's do a quick art review then. Let's see. Oh, I got a bunch more stuff to talk about. I only whimper because it's a balance between chatting about things and like actually showing stuff on screen. So let's do an art review. Let's do an art review. It didn't flip. Why are all my images? Oh, this is actually kind of funny. I inserted all these images and then I rotated my iPad, but the canvas didn't rotate, so now everything's upside down. Here, we'll do that. That'll fix everything but this layer. All right, this is me. Ooh. Testing out. Okay. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. So let's do a commissioned art review with Sanish. And I can talk about why I like things, why I don't like things. We're going to go in, first off, here's my reference sheet. I've not drawn my current self. I've done, maybe I've done a headshot, but I realize if you look at the thumbnail for the stream, it's a bunch of chibi art I've drawn in the past, and those are all of my previous model, and I want to get some done with this model. We'll see if I can get there tonight. This might just be a doodling absentmindedly as I chat. But here's my reference sheet for my own reference. I also gave myself a headshot here. Little headshot profile pic to draw off of. Key differences between this and my previous model was my face is longer and a little more balanced. I think previously, give me a drawing layer. Previously, this distance here, my eyes were like a little bit lower on my face, and so my head itself was like proportionally much bigger. I'm also I decided to go into the Schrodinger's ears for where do your cat girl ears go question. Where's my clear button? Clear. So that's my official model art. Now, I've got all my commissioned work. So I'm gonna start with the one I got yesterday because I absolutely love it. I got this one for Valentine's Day. So your character here, art commission, which I just absolutely love. I absolutely love this one because I am a deep sucker for the 90s art aesthetic. Like the little bit of graininess, something about the line work, the color schemes, the sparkles. It doesn't, not quite the like Sailor Moon color cast due to the film getting damaged, which is always a weird story. But this is one I really liked when I got it in. It's like sometimes you commission artwork and you forget what you commissioned, and then like a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, it comes in. You're just like, oh my god, I love this, and you're just like, yes, Sanish, that's why you commissioned it. You commissioned it because you loved the art style. I really like this one. I made this my Discord icon. It's so cute. It's so cute. I had one friend comment on the icon saying, "Who is this soft baby fox boy?" when they know it's me behind the keyboard. In my heart, I want to be a soft baby fox boy, but we all know I'm a cynical elderly fox boy. Okay, so that's one. I got this one I also liked a lot. This one is, I made this my phone background for, oh. Dear Lord. Procreate. Okay. I made this one my phone background for a while. I kind of like, I've started taking like art commissions I like and just making my phone background, which is always delightful. Except when I had to, when I went home for Christmas, I changed all my phone background back to something neutral that wasn't just my own artwork, because I am not ready to explain to my parents and family what is a fox boy, what is an OC, what is a VTuber, and then the inevitable question, oh, honey bunny, can we watch your streams? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sorry, Mom. That is not happening. I'm not, my dad would never do that. But no. Oh, I saw your stream. On your stream, you answered. You mentioned Aunt Nancy. Now, Aunt Nancy's doing great. It's my terrible falsetto mom impression. So got that guy. We got this one. So I do a mix of oh, it's super washed. This came out super washed out on the God, stop telling me about hidden layers. Super washed out on the so what something Twitch does, I'm not sure it's Twitch, I'm not sure it's YouTube, I'm not sure if it's OBS. Somewhere along this pipeline, colors get compressed down and a bit washed out at times. Like this on my iPad looks great. When I look at it, when I post it on Blue Sky or look at the original artwork on this monitor, looks fantastic. iPad capture card OBS monitor, this looks super washed out. That's a shame. So that's one I did. I like that one. I really like this one. This one came out, I think, I swear to God, I'll learn to use Procreate one day. This one, I enjoyed a lot and instantly made some memes about it. Because one friend points out this gives big, let's take ibuprofen together energy, which I frequently take Excedrin, which is has ibuprofen. Well, it's aspirin, acetaminophen, and caffeine as my headache medicine du jour. And I have one or two other friends who are deep on the Excedrin train with me and who greatly appreciate it. And it's a critical part of their lives. So I really like this one. Or as my one friend said, looking at this artwork and my current model art, he's like, you look like you'd be a dirigible captain. A disgraced dirigible captain. I'm just like, hey now, you don't attack me like that. You don't attack me like that. I got this guy. Now this one came out. This was a skeb. So a lot of these are skebs. I like the gotcha element of skebs where I like this art style. Here's my character reference sheet. Send me something fun. I like it a lot. I like not needing to say what pose. Sometimes you're just like, I want artwork of myself, right? But you don't know what. You're just like, I want artwork of myself. I like this person's style. Please take my money to make art. Take my money to make art. I don't have a good idea of what I want. I'm not an artist yet. That's why I have drawing streams yet. I'm just by pencil at the my own monitor as I did that. This one came out, and when I saw it, I love the desaturated colors. And I just saw this, I'm just like, my God, it's evil Sanish. This is 100 evil Sanish. Like if we just go up here, and where's my hair color? And we take actually. Actually, this will probably be. And we just drew like a little like. Evil goatee here. There we go. This is 100% evil Sanish right here. Something about the look. It's the eyes, I think, that are eyes and the grin come together to tell me like this is the evil version of myself, which isn't like not a big stretch, but I love it. I love the evil look. I love the whole expression, the whole vibe with the heart hands as the gap moe contrast. Oh, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. We have. I think the last one on here. This one is. I like this one a lot. It's probably my favorite and current phone background. This is from an artist, like VGen. And they do a lot of some anime art, but a lot of D&D character art. And I've always loved the D&D character art style. There's a certain, like, I can't explain it. I'm sure there's probably some actual like genre words one could use to talk about it, but it's like when people post their D&D character commissions of like, here's our D&D party, here's my D&D character. It's that D&D character art look that I really love. And I like one day, if I could get there to be able to draw at that level, I'd be pleased as punch. But they saw they did D&D character art. I'm like, it just dawned on my little head, on my little fuzzy head. I realized I could just get Sanish as D&D. I get myself as D&D character art. So I went and not quite sure what pose I wanted, but I'm like, Sanish, I definitely use a rapier. If I'm to pick a D&D weapon, an RPG weapon, 100% rapier. Because A, as aforementioned, I did fencing. 2, I have noodle arms who can't lift much weight. So despite my heart of hearts wanting a giant two-handed V-hander, we're more of a one-handed duelist sort of build and gestalt. If we weren't going down the dark wizard path. So those are the pieces that I've commissioned of late. That's wanted to share on stream because I like them all a lot. And so I was thinking, for drawing, for sketching, because this is like, I'm not recreating work, I'm just practicing. I really like the proportions and the hair and the look of this piece. So I kind of want to try to recreate this, like redraw this piece, as using it as a reference and seeing how far I get. That's kind of the goal I was thinking of for today. Maybe just pull the colors out of this piece as well. Yeah, it's pure black. So I'm just a little more chatting. First, a little more chatting. Let's go back to my little to-do list here. Oh, it got rotated. It got rotated, idiot. So, art review, I'm done. Oh. Maybe I should hide that. We don't need that back here. I might get rid of that beard. Is that this layer? Sometimes I wonder, like, did I accidentally draw on my iPad or did I like smudge? Like, is there an actual smudge on my iPad? So, all right. Before we get into it, what else has been happening in the life of Sanish, elderly fox boy? I have some notes here. Like, I hate my job. I hate my work job, and I try my best not to talk about it on stream because it is depressing. Well, not depressing. There are a lot of people out there who have much harder, more stressful, more emotionally difficult jobs than myself. My job is exceedingly easy, but it still grinds my gears. And this week's been a particularly uphill, rough battle for my mental energy. And it's not like I'm stressed, losing sleep. I'm not like getting chest pains or gray hairs over this. It's more just like, I need to not quit my job. And well, I really want to quit my job. I'm trying to tell myself not to quit it. But when I get sucked into another meeting talking about, this vice president wants to build us a generative AI chatbot on top of our Jira ticket data. Sanish, you're the most technical person on the team. You should lead this initiative. I'm just like, no, please end me. I hate all this. I hate all this so much. I don't want to touch this. I don't want to be involved in this. I don't want to deal with any of this. If I need to use just the thinnest veneer of effort so people don't realize I'm not putting any time into my job, and in fact spending my time shit posting on Discord and going to the gym during the workday. So today's been a rough one. This week was a rough one for me. I had three separate projects on 3 topics I do not like, and I had a meeting about like each one of them like every day sort of thing. Awful, just awful. But it's I think that's what's impacting my mood more so than anything else. Has just been like having to deal with bad work projects and like try to figure out how to either offload the work to other people, or just do the minimum effort to satisfy people to get by. Because like, I plan to quit my job at some point in the next 5 months. It could be tomorrow, not tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be June. Probably definitely July though, because we're getting bought by a private equity firm. And I'm like, I don't really want to work for a shitty private equity firm. They're just going to gut the place. It's going to be awful. We'll just plan to leave at that point. And stream full time. Maybe finally hit Twitch affiliate and make $15 whole. No, I'm not going to do that. What I want to do is do indie game dev. That's what I want to do if I quit my job. But I can't right now because it's a conflict of interest. Ba, 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 ba. And I don't want a giant legal team coming after me. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. All right, so let's try to get drawn. I'm just gonna cross this work garbage off my list. I don't want to talk about it. I complained enough on we have one Discord channel about ranting about our jobs and venting, and I'm like, I got enough of it there. Hello, Shrimpo Diva. Welcome. So we're gonna drop talking about boring corporate job stuff because it is. Though I did have one friend who hates his job. Fair, right? You know, we've all been there, and sometimes we just exist there. And he was asking about career pivoting. He's like, should I just quit my job, take a year off to train up and like get entry-level job in a different field? And he mentioned, he's like, what about like, he's like IT security. I'm like, this seems good so far. He's like data science. And I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna stop you right there. Do not go into data science. For the love of everything, don't go into data science. I'm just like, if you want a stable career, stay away. You just stay away from it. Unless you can find a role at like some company that's not like hype chasing, because that's the whole goddamn career, been hype chasing for the last decade. Anyway, let's try to draw and not lament the state of data science and how it's gotten away from everybody. Everyone's lost the plot. It's fine. I'm not upset about it. I don't think I'm right and everyone's wrong. Move over here. I realize I'm right-handed, and so I need to put the reference on the left side, lest I can't see it. Because my hand will be like my hand will be like right here over what I'm looking at. Like, I can't see anything. First off, question 1, am I on the right layer? Oh, thank you. Always ask whether you're on the right layer. I've seen so many blue sky posts of like that feeling when you've been drawing for 30 minutes on the wrong layer. I don't want to be that guy. That stray little dookie there. So now to draw something like this, I don't know where to start. I assume you start by making a circle. I think that's always how you start, right? Every character you start by making a circle. That's not a circle. Let's try that again. Let's warm up that arm up. Do some arm exercises. Draw from the sit up straight. Draw from the shoulder. My feet on the ground. Put my feet on the ground. I sit with my legs crossed all the time, which makes me very asymmetric in how I sit. Probably why I have knee problems. Let's not think about that. It's like a dumpling. It's kind of like. There you go. I just drew a little dumpling here. This is the problem, is like I really want to learn to draw and get better at it, but I just don't practice. I don't practice at all. And I've not drawn in like a couple months now, and I never learned the basics. And it's like my piano streams where I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. And I do it really badly. Let's stream it. Probably because the things I am good at, nobody wants to stream. No one's like, oh man, Sanish is doing another sequel writing stream. I have never heard of Dandy's World before. And I feel like I've heard of like most games and most things. I'm just trying over here. So I look at that. How does that look? See, that's a better circle. Turns out if I trace a circle, a little better. I've never heard of Danny's World though. I take it back. There's like a whole slew of like online games of like the Maple Story, RuneScape, Gaia Online variety that I just like completely missed. So there, I just did something. So there are some games I haven't heard about, which is always shooks me. Surprises me. Oh God, not a Roblox game. Not a Roblox game. I played Roblox for a total of 1 hour as part of a competitive analysis project at a previous job. And I played it, and I came a right way from it thinking, this is horrifying. This whole ecosystem is terrifying. I'm too old for this, and I promptly left, never to look back. Because Roblox is the most fascinating, terrifying game in the industry. For context, I work in the video game industry as a data scientist. So like, sometimes you think about like, you're doing so much, you're doing reporting about like, oh, here's how much money we made, here's how many players we have, all that. And you see like the annual thing like Roblox publishes, and you're just like, dear Lord, Roblox, like how many players, how much money, how many problematic policies, you're exploiting who now? But it's, oh God, it's just, and everyone kind of wants to be Roblox. Everyone kind of wants to be Fortnite and be like a platform. You're like, my guy, you're not going to be Roblox. Like your audience is like 35-year-olds. You're not going to be Roblox. Stop trying. It's like when everyone wanted to be like a VR or something. Oh, that circle. There we go. That's the circle. A little bit off center here, but you know what? I'm pretty good with that. I'm pretty pleased with that. So we start with the circle, and we got it pretty somewhat lined up. So make it a little bit bigger there. But Roblox is not a game I will probably the best circle I've ever drawn. I'm way too old. Like if I even look at Roblox sideways, it's just too after my time. I don't know what it'd be like to grow up or come of age in the current video game landscape. Because like I almost, but not quite, grew up with the video game industry. Like when did Mario come out? How old am I? The North American release of Mario Brothers was, slightly before my time actually. Well, look who was wrong. But like, I was a kid. I distinctly remember reading in Nintendo Power magazine about this cool new game that just got released in Japan called Pocket Monsters. And how it was really cool and very popular, and in a couple of years it'll be coming to the United States. And then that's how I ended up pre-ordering Pokemon Red. Distinctly pre-ordering Pokemon Red from, what was the name of the store? There's like the one video game card shop in the whole county. It was like Jimmy's Video Games or Jimmy's Card Shop or something. Pocket Monsters got kind of popular, mildly popular over the years. I'm sure there's a Roblox version of it. I think it's a blatant copyright infringement of Roblox that kills me. It's like, oh, this is like the one Roblox game I played was a what was it? It's like a Battlefield clone. I think it was what it was. And so it's not even called like Bottlefeld. I mean, it's just like Battlefield in Roblox, and you're just like, my God. Meanwhile, you say one thing on YouTube and you get copyright struck, and then you have Roblox over here being like, yeah, man, we got Fortnite in Roblox. It's great. All right, so first I'm gonna start our little nose. Little mouth. No, there we go. Okay, perfect. And then we're gonna draw a little card. So interesting thing looking at this is, and I've taken art classes in my past. I've taken art classes. I've taken graphic design classes. I've restarted this journey so many times. There's some basics that are drilled into my whittle brain, such as this detail where the card point doesn't line up with the face point, right? So you don't get like the card like this at the corner. Delete, please. Okay, and then the card is at an angle, right? And this little heart. I can't draw hearts, it's gonna be rough. Ooh. Man who's aromantic can't draw hearts. Surprise news, am I right? And then we got this, and then we got this, and then this folds in like here. We're just gonna sketch this out real quick. Okay, there's the heart. We're not gonna draw the hands, by the way, because dear Lord, that ain't me. Okay. So we got the head, we got the face. We're gonna just do 1,000 layers because better safe than sorry. So the challenge is, I got pretty passable at sketching the hair look. I still have struggles with the eyes. The eyes are very difficult. I think it's probably my biggest, not biggest, but a challenge is just so dumb. Getting the eyes drawn, and these eyes are so adorable. Unlike my dead cold eyes, reflecting the dried husk of my heart. Oh man. So I have a to all the artists out there, my great grandmother, great grandmother, my grandmother's grandmother, so great grandmother, and they're in South Dakota. They live in South Dakota, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, that bustling metropolis. She was a painter, and so she, from the day she like had kids or whatever till the day she died, she'd always be painting. She'd constantly painting things. And one piece she famously painted was like, she was like, and these aren't like small paintings. These are like your like 3 foot by 4 foot to I think it was like 4 foot by 6 foot sort of size painting of some, because they're in the Midwest, right? Of some cowboy against like the Black Hills or the Badlands or something. And apparently she could not draw hands, famously could not draw hands. And so she had this like cowboy picture or painting she painted that was hung up on some prominent location in someone's house. So like the family always saw this painting. And the problem was the hands were atrocious. And so the family name for the painting just became Clawboy. And I don't know what happened to Clawboy, but that is a name that is stuck in the Sanders family lore for generations of drawing hands. Some look like little like claws, like bird claws. I'm not sure exactly what. So Clawboy lived on forever. So not being able to draw hands, it's a classic. That's a classic art banger for the last 6,000 years. Whenever those cave paintings were, 14,000 years ago, the ones in France, I'm sure they had trouble drawing hands just as well. That's why like we're just gonna do sculpture. We're gonna do sculpture a little easier. We're not gonna have to draw these things. Or it's like the old 1300s, 1400s religious art of Jesus that just like are flat, 2D, no proportion, no perspective, and just like these crookedy hands and things. Oh, great. Makes you feel better. It always makes you feel better. It's like there's the memes going around this week about quotes from Darwin, because a lot of people don't know, like this in terms of like people in the past were just still people. Quotes from Darwin just complaining, absolutely complaining how terrible he was at his job, how bad he felt, how shitty everything is out in like the new world, how hammocks are hard, how he thinks he's inept and incompetent and he has imposter syndrome. And you're like, are you okay, Darwin? But people have been people forever. which is always kind of comforting in a lot of ways. People have always been fox boys. The problem is like, I say like, it's not just like a problem. The problem is I don't practice enough. Like that's the problem. Like let's call a spade, right? I think this is this underline right here, little eyelashes on it, and like this thick. So it's like a lot thicker, huh? Thicker. And then just like. Bottom lashes, a little mascara going. Which, by the way, super hard to get too good. I think it was like, was it Halloween or something? I was putting mascara on and like, I had it and I was doing so good and I accidentally like touched the side of my nose with the mascara stick and the whole thing just like, I was like, God damn it. Hello, welcome. Deep Slate Block 2. I only learned recently what Deep Slate was. I'm so proud of myself. Went back to Minecraft for the first time in like 8 years. Fuck, 8 years, yeah, 6, 8 years. And I'm like, what is this Deep Slate thing? What are all these new biomes? Wow, Deep Slate looks better than these other blocks. It does look better. An evolved Deep Slate block, it's important. I assume redstone power. That's why you don't put your redstone away, otherwise you're going to evolve your Deep Slate blocks. Okay, so already I'm noticing that like my nose is off, so we're going to delete the nose. Thank you thank you so much for following and highlighting that. Like I tested these alerts, and it got cut off. Why did it get? Okay, you know what? We're gonna test these live. Goddamn! Oh. Why did these alerts get cut off? That's what I wanted. Oh, fuck me. We're just gonna do a live. We're gonna do a live bot test here. Every time I think I have this fixed, it's like a couple days. Schnitzel Professor. Schnitzel Profi. Thank you for joining. How do actions? Here we go. That was a Twitch follow. Here we go. We're going to test this here. Test trigger. There we go. I fixed it. It's still way too low. Let's move that up. Let's move that up a little bit. Yeah. Scoot that up. I think I fixed it on the other scenes, but not this one. It's fine. It's fine. Getting your Twitch bot set up correctly. Or Twitch bot, your streamer bot. So I was erasing my nose. Send highlight message. Oh, the redeems don't show up. It's fine. Yes, I'm nailed it in one. I'm a fox boy with fox ears. No tail though. Very important, no tail. Hence the fox ears. Never mistake your fox boys and your wolf boys. Mortal enemies. I'd happily be confused for a cat boy. That one's passable. Canines though? No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm on the wrong layer. Welcome. Everyone's welcome. Delete that nose. There we go. Okay. So I should have done. We're gonna try I need to get better at like utilizing the fact that these are digital tools and you can like highlight, move, rescale things. For some reason, it's like, despite doing most of my art in my life on digital tooling, it's still not something I'm not quite good at. Try that. And then we're going to take the mouth and move the mouth down a little bit. My expertly drawn, I took a lot of time on this mouth. That's better. Like one thing is like, I mean, this all comes down to practice, right? It's like getting the like, oh, here's what the, you know, the shape of the face and we're looking this way and like all that stuff. I have a chest of that is just like garbo blocks I don't care about. But I know from like playing Minecraft years ago, is like you'll have a chest of cobblestone and you're just like, I hate cobblestone. I never want to see cobblestone again. Then you're like, then you hit one day, you're like, I really want to build a big castle. And you're like, I need all the cobblestone in the world. And so you're thankful to have that chest of cobblestone. But I started playing Minecraft during alpha, where it was just like super basic. And then I played a bit after that. What layer am I on? I don't have to admit, but I like to admit, I did work at Minecraft for a while, which was kind of a fun experience. Roblox. As I said earlier, I am too old for Roblox. I'm an elderly fox boy. Ancient. Not quite decrepit, but getting there. It's not something I like to ruminate too deeply on. Like I was talking to one friend who's younger than me, and what she said that just like absolutely caused immense psychological damage was like, she's like, wow, you've lived a lot. I was just like, I'm pretty sure my lung turned to dust when she said that. She didn't mean it in a mean way, but being told, wow, you've lived a lot. Like, man, yes, I have. Ultras. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what bedrock is. Like, that's easy. So I never got past... I played a lot of Minecraft, but I never got past, like, the basic nether. So I've never gotten to the end. I've never done the Sunken Temples got put in after I worked there, I think. A bunch of new biomes. I'm not sure if the Elytra got put in after or before last time I worked there. The fact that there's like a end condition now is like mind-boggling. I restarted playing recently because I bought a home server to run a D&D campaign, and I'm like, might as well run a Minecraft server and try it out. It's been a while. And I want to try to get to the end, but I kind of admittedly stalled out. I built a tree house in a sakura tree, and then I kind of lost steam. My friends I have some friends who want to go back to Repo. After they've added a bunch of stuff to it. Repo, Lethal Company. I think we burned out on our current multiplayer games. We're trying to look for a new one. Not we burned out. I burned out. Little old me burned out. So it's did I make the eyes too narrow? Like there's a little heart there, and there's like the big, look at that later. And then over here, the eye is like, God, eyes are hard. Okay. Oh, I made it. I know the game you're talking about. I played it. In fact, it's probably still installed on my Steam account. Let me take a look. Let me look at Steam over here. It is called called, little game? Not Lethal Company. Content warning. Ha! Content warning. Content warning is the one where you are trying to film monsters to make good videos to upload to fake YouTube to get views. Oh, too real. It was kind of fun, but it felt sort of limited in what was good and bad. Oh man, Redstone is a whole thing. Redstone is a whole. I remember getting asked the question. I was asked the question of like, how can we measure what people are building with redstone? And it's like, that's a terrifying question. That's a terrifying question to get asked for a little fox boy. And you're like, oh geez, I don't know. This eye didn't turn out very good. One day, probably once I quit my job, BFDI. Nope. I can Google it though. I swear to God, is it a Roblox game? Battle for Dreamland 2010. Oh, it's a show. Or a YouTube show, I guess. The first question, I sometimes love Google when Google gives you like, here are things people ask about this thing you searched. And it's like, is it okay for kids? Any LGBT in there? Is it autistic? What the heck is it? Classic. YouTube, terrifying. The years between 2008 and 2017, I essentially existed in a pop culture black hole where I had very, very minimal exposure to pop culture in terms of mainstream pop culture, internet pop culture, anime, games. I was just like, I was locked into college. I spent 9 years effectively 9 years in college. So I kind of like missed out on all of that. And it happens often, people are like, oh, you didn't know this like super early YouTuber? And I'm just like, nope. Came up this week. Someone asked that. And I'm just like, one, there's like a 23-year-old asking me. I'm like, one, how do you know that? You were like 7 years old when this happened. And then two, I was busy. Being in grad school. And by that, I mean getting absolutely trashed on cheap beer and dive bars and stumbling home like a good geologist should. Those are the people say, wow, you've lived a lot. I'm just like, I don't have Roblox. I think I made one under an old work email address, but it's not something I think I would have to be paid to go back to Roblox. I'm so sorry, Roblox, but. It's something about, well, all of it, but like, I don't truck with the art style. The art style it's like grating on my eyes. My little eyes see Roblox and just like revolt at the art. And I don't know why. Oh, not FNAF. FNAF is another one where it's like one of those big pop culture things I know about that I've not touched, along with was it Deltarune? And some others along there where it's like a surprisingly like entire segments of pop culture internet that I'm like, I don't know. RuneScape is another one I had no idea about. Dora the Explorer. I'm gonna Google these. I'm gonna be terrified. Google's like, oh, I see you're Googling FNAF. Oh no, that's terrifying. Swipe from Dora. Look, these are just Fox. What the? Why is it showing? One of the preview images is from a newspaper article, and instead of showing Dora the Explorer character, it's showing Cyclops from X-Men. And I'm like, why are you showing Cyclops? Very odd. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's showing Cyclops, but I'm like, one of those is a Fox character. One of those is the original X-Men. Not even like my favorite one. Didn't even show Gambit. Who's the best one? Okay, let's get this. Let's get this. Oh, let's do eyelashes. Yeah. This is like my slowest drawing session ever. Queen never cry meme. Queen never cry meme. Well, there was a mini series on the internet. There's also looks like some animated short. When you Google something and you see, oh no, I'm seeing both some sort of animated short and some sort of live action picture. Did this start as an animated internet short and someone made a live action version? Because that is a terrifying cycle of the internet. When some niche meme gets turned into a live action adaptation and you're just like, no, how could you do this to my boy Death Note? How could you do this? Not Death Note, not Cowboy Bebop. Well, not one. I'm fine with the One Piece one. I don't care about One Piece. But the bane of anybody is seeing a beloved 2D animation being turned live action. It'd be like, it's going to be like in 5 years when someone comes out with a live action Has-Been Hotel and everyone's just going to be like, I'm disappointed and angry. Right? Think of a beloved animation from that you love and imagine the Netflix live action adaptation. And then I will say, welcome to your 30s, where everything from your childhood is now a Netflix live action adaptation that is done poorly and that makes you die inside a little more. And you thought nothing left was inside to die, but you were wrong. There was a little bit more. You still had a little bit of nostalgia from your childhood. Wiped down one Netflix special. No, I'm sorry. Now I would say, okay. If someone did a live action of just them in a strong bad cosplay answering emails, I'd check that out. I'd check that one out. That one, you know what? That's a maybe. I'd watch a live action strong bad emails. I give it 3 minutes. I'd watch 3 minutes of it and then be like, oh, what they do to my boy? Or the the live action Trogdor show. I don't know salad fingers. If it's anything from YouTube, assume I don't know it. I'm old. I feel it in my bones, Mr. Frodo. Oh, I miss Flash. Not like as a not as a platform. I miss Flash, the animation suite. When designing all my overlays and my loading screen, for example, has an animation on it, as does my outro screen. Like I searched so long. I kept looking at all these different animation programs, and I realized what I wanted in my heart of heart was I wanted Macromedia Flash, not Adobe Flash. You get that trash out of my life. I wanted Macromedia Flash because that's what I learned. I learned on Macromedia Flash in high school, and that for me is the tweening keyframe animation suite that I want, and I want that back. That's what I learned on in 2000 goddamn 6. I'm so mad. I'm so mad about Macromedia Flash going away. Now, as a format for encoding internet content, awful. Proprietary and awful. As an actual animation suite, It had everything I wanted. It had everything I wanted. It was the right complexity level, the right detail, the right just everything. And they killed it, and it's gone, and nothing's replaced it. Apparently that was a soapbox I'll get on any moment. I had to get and learn Adobe After Effects to make a basic ass animation, and I'm still mad about it. I'm still bitter. I got a discount, so I didn't pay that much, but I'm still bitter. I don't want to draw the hair at this next layer. All right, let's draw my hair. So I've not drawn my current hairstyle. This is the problem I'm about to run into, because it's slightly different. My previous hair, I'm not going to switch to it, but it looked a bit different. So we're going to draw. Ha! I'm glad I checked. I was not on a new layer. Thank you very much. There's probably a bunch. I feel like there was. There was one. I might be thinking Technoblade. I never watched the YouTuber, so I don't know, but I remember hearing secondhand at some popular one died. It's going to become more common. As people age, right? Like that's going to be the next. That's going to be anyone who's under the age of definitely 30, maybe under 40. It'll be our version of famous actor from Golden Girls dying, right? It'll be this YouTuber passed away, and someone will be this YouTuber who is actually kind of not very great. Okay, so my hair starts here, and it's like, and I just do this, and I go like this, and I got myself a nice little emo swish going. As my current hairstyle. My current hairstyle is very much a big Evo 2000 Justin Bieber swish. I do like Spy Family. I have caught up on the anime, and I read the manga up to a point. Like maybe a year ago, I caught up to the manga, and then I stopped and took a break. I feel I like Spy Family a lot. I think it's slowed down. I feel like the first season, the first couple volumes were really good, and it's kind of not bogged down a bit, but like a little bit slowed down in the middle. But it's the show's doing a good job of capturing it. And of course, Ado did the opening, so I'm like all on board, right? So if you have a bias, you have a bias. Gonna hate it. I never watched Bleach. I've never seen Bleach. I'm so sorry, Bleach. I've not seen Bleach. I've not seen Naruto. I've not seen One Piece. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. No letter. That was my shonen. Ooh, not that long. My shonen was Dragon Ball. And then a bit of Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z up to Cell, I think. No. Majin Buu is when I start watching Dragon Ball. I think because like I missed some episodes, I never caught back up, or Toonami stopped airing it. That was back in the fan sub mine days. Oh, don't worry about the English. No, you're doing great. Demon Slayer. Oh my god. So I've learned about myself that I can only watch and tolerate shonen animes. My animes. When the anime is done and I can just binge watch it. If I have to wait weekly or seasons between shonen and anime, I generally don't care as much. So I started Demon Slayer last fall because I thought I heard a movie came out and I'm like, great, it's done. I can watch the whole thing. And then it's like, You fool! There were 2 more movies coming. It's not done yet. And I was like, no. Right now, I'm watching My Hero Academia as my shonen of binge choice. K-pop Demon Slayers. The musical version of Demon Slayers would be pretty great. We need more musical adaptations and less live-action adaptations. Get my hair here. So I'm watching My Hero Academia because it did end. Demon Slayer, I'm now waiting for the movie. What was the other one I started recently? Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen is one I've started because everyone loves it. Wicked is a musical, but it doesn't have many Demon Slayers in it. It's got some witches. Waiting for that Witch Hat Atelier Wicked crossover. What is going on with his hair? I'm like way off my proportions. Oh no. I'm drawing from the wrong direction. I need to be drawing from the top. Gross. Enjoy that detail. Oh, I did a tier list. Let me pull it up. I did a tier list at the end of... It's one of these chatting streams. My model debut? No. 2-year debut? No. When the heck did I do this then? Streams? Stream prep? Where did I put my tier list? Oh no, did it disappear into the depths of my hard drive somewhere? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Downloads folder? Oh. Okay. Ah, here it is. It's just right. Yeah. There you go. This is end of season 3, My Hero Academia tier list. Of just class 1A. This is class 1A tier list. So Chaco Deku, Yayo something, and Bakugo. I like how, by the way, this got crunched in terms of the pixels. This is the end of season 3. Now I'm at the middle of season 6, so it's probably changed a bit on the tier list, especially the middle section here. But these are definitely my top 4 at the end of season 3. This guy, this little turd, delete him from the show. Delete him from the show. Bury him 6 feet in the ground, and that show would be significantly better. And I can tell you why. Because he's just like, yeah, that kid. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Like, the guy with the ghost hair, he is the worst. He represents so many awful anime tropes. He is by far a huge detractor from the show. Any like pervy little character like this needs to be just removed from any anime show. Just completely get rid of them. Because like, why? There's no point for the plot. It just is, it's awful. It's just awful. Like everyone else can stay. Everyone else can stay. Get rid of that kid. It'd be a better show. God, I hate that little kid. Oh, I just don't like him. I just don't like him. Not because he's like bad or problematic or like an issue. I don't like his quirk. I don't like the stomach laser. It's just something about it. Someone asked about it and I had one handy. I had a tier list handy. So season 3 are just characters so I don't know enough about. Either I don't know enough about or their quirk's kind of weird. So I got tucked in that list. But this grape kid can go. This was just the I googled My Hero Academia tier list and this was the categories. But I'd definitely shift some of them around if I was to do it again, fresh now. Because more characters got more screen time. We got some backstories in some characters. Some characters, Tape guy, Sero. I think his name's Sero. Meh. Meh, still don't like them. I think sometimes the body horror-esque characters I don't like, and I just, My Hero Academia does body horror pretty well. I did read the mangaka once to do like a body horror anime next. Takayama? Is Takayama the name of the crow guy? It's written in awful pixel form in like degraded quality on the actual Tearless itself. Ugh. Reasonable. That's a separate list. That's a deeply separate list. The My Hero Academia Hear Me Out list. One, you probably want to expand to more characters. Well, at least in season 3, maybe not. Season 6, definitely want to expand to more characters. Cause I'm pretty sure there's some that show up on a Hear Me Out list that are like, this character. No. Okay, when I finish the show, ask for it, and we'll go through that list. Oh God, that great kid can go. He can just leave forevermore. The Hear Me Out list would be different. Would be different, wouldn't it? Oh, now that I've seen the pro heroes, we can definitely do a pro hero ranking list. I would have to pretend that they're all alive. They killed off who they kill off? I'm not sure. I'm at the very, very start of season 6. And so there's a lot of characters with some pretty big death flags going right now that I don't think are going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it. To be fair, since season 1, I'm like, All Might's going to die. So far, he hasn't. But you know what? For the narrative, it's got to happen, right? Or Deku's going to sacrifice himself at the end. He's going to die. Oh, not Vegeta. Poor little Vegeta. Poor Vegeta. No, it's fine. Vegeta is... The fact that he married Bulma, come on, Dragon Ball. The author's dead, so I can't complain at him, but like... Vegeta is thick. He's a short, thick little guy. This has been the slow. I'm not drawing at all. And there's like a... I was saying this is... I've not drawn this hairstyle yet. Ooh, no, I'm way off. So this has mostly been a learning reinterpretation stream for drawing. I do like this curve here. How it kind of comes down like that. Mr. Invincible, Twerky, Mr. Invincible. Is that from Incredibles? I need an old man doesn't know pop culture stream. It's fine. I know my anime. I know my fan sub anime. I know my video game. Well, some video games. These are all separate hairs, and then down here, little hair on the back. Sun mark. Oh no, I don't know that one. It's surprising, like, it's funny, and growing up as a kid, everyone kind of had this, all watched the same anime because it was much more limited in availability, right? You watched it on Toonami, you watched it on Adult Swim, and that was kind of all you had available. So everyone had like kind of the same anime touchstones. And I feel that's definitely not the case anymore. There's so much more anime and it's so available. And then people just don't realize how some of us bled and died in those fan sub trenches. and part of me's glad, but I'm like, where's my purple heart for dying and bleeding? On downloading your 3-part Spanish dubbed Full Metal Alchemist on Mega Video, just so you can get that one episode that wasn't available on the torrent site. Mega Video, Mega Upload, changed names a lot. That comes down there. We're flipping this hair. Oh, some of the art styles are weird. I think it's one thing I never got into One Piece for was the character art and the character styles. Just like didn't vibe with me. That's why I actually kind of like the live action. I actually watched the live action on Netflix because I'm like, this is pretty good. But then I look at like the actual One Piece anime, I'm like, nope. Ain't for this Fox boy. I think like the only way, there's some animes where I'm like, the only way I'd ever watch this, same for like TV shows, is like if I started dating somebody and they were like, I love this show and I want you to watch it with me, I'd then watch it. Otherwise, absolutely not. Ooh, for the freakiest. He's up there. The problem is he's not unique to My Hero Academia. He's he's a character archetype that shows up, especially if you look any sort of anime like rom-com, slice of life anime from like 2001 to 2012-ish. That archetype shows up so often, and it's the worst. In the anime, it's like, we're going to have an onsen scene. There's going to be some creepy kid in the class who's trying to like perv on his classmates, and it's like, just fuck off, man. Like, we don't need that content in a show. There's no plot purpose. It's just awful, and it's just like, it makes people not want to watch anime. It's like, can you just not do that? And also, even if there was a plot purpose, don't do that. It's like, we want people to be comfortable and enjoy watching anime and not be like, oh, that's that pervy thing for weirdos. We want people to think it's pervy things for real, truly pervy things, not creepy ass characters. Like shipping art. Oh, Scrappy-Doo, the worst. They jumped the Scrappy-Doo. Or we want people, we want the show to be clean and say so and not have those pervy things and reserve that for fan art. And you accidentally click on a My Hero Academia art tag and you get taken down a rabbit hole you did not know existed, but you did still scroll a little bit just to check it out a tiny bit. And you're like, yes. Like the lady sipping wine going, yes, on the computer. Definitely didn't happen this week when I saw it was the, BKKU tag? No, it was BKDK tag for Bakugo cross Deku shipping fan art. Not that I'm scarred from it. I'm not scarred for it, but it's just one of those. Curious. I've been on the internet long enough. Take a lot to truly surprise me. Why does my hair in this art, look how far out this hair is going on the left side. I can't unsee it now. Here, like this, and it comes to the back of the head. I'm like, I've seen a lot. And a lot I've also just like removed from my old brain case. I'm like, I don't need to remember that. And some things you just like you've just heard about for like years, and you've somehow managed to survive 35 years on the internet without encountering some memes that you just kind of know what they are, but you've never seen it, and by God, you never will. You're gonna try your damnedest to never see those memes. Despite the best effort of internet trolls and friends, which I guess are just like in real life trolls. There's very fuzzy ears on this art, but I don't know how to do the something like that. And it's like, it's darker up top. And then we're going to delete the circle. Boop. Oh no, the circle had the mouth on it. God damn itself. This is why you layer. So we're gonna try to do this. Boop. And then we're gonna try it. Copy paste. There we go. That is. Oh, we're missing one line. There we go. Top of the head. Get top of the head there. So that's my tracing, or not tracing, reference drawing of this adorable art. I missed the cheek. Oh, you know what I missed? I missed one very important aspect. And then we go here, we're gonna go shading pen. We're gonna pick, you know, we're not gonna pick, we're just gonna steal. It always appears under my hand. There we go. And then we're gonna go here, we're gonna drop the transparency down. Oh, not size. Opacity, and let's go. Apply some blush. There we go. That's my art rendition. I'm fine with most art. The problem is, like, in some ways it's good having those archetypes, because you can see quite early on if a show has an archetype you absolutely loathe or an archetype you absolutely love. Of course you can say, let's get nuanced characters, blah, 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 blah. But like, sometimes you just want a comfort show that's full of archetypes and tropes and things you know you like. Oh yeah, no. It's one lesson that took me like years to learn was that, like, it's okay to like stop watching a show or stop playing a game or stop reading a book at any time, and you know there's no obligation to like finish something. I think I'm better. All right, let's see how this lines up. Well, if I make it bigger. Not well. I think the main thing is my eyes were off a bit, but if I land the photo, but better than I've done in the past. Oh man. Well, when you get a show that's been running for like 30 years or something atrocious, you're bound to run into like weird characters, or the worst is when like what hit The Simpsons a lot was when voice actors died. Like when what's his name? Hammond. Voice of the monorail guy, voice of the eccentric billionaire, season 6, 7, 8. When he passed away, that was a loss in voice acting and in some of the writing. Okay. There are a lot of shows, a lot of movies from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s that were enjoyable to watch at the time, and I enjoyed viewing, but I would not, in any scenario, watch them again or recommend anybody watch them, for fear that they do not hold up in the slightest. Especially any movie, any comedy from the 2000s, don't touch that. Just like any comedy movie from 2000s, just like take it, put it in a box called "We're never opening this box again," and move. Can all the culture move on? Because those were awful, just awful. Maybe one or two hold up to this day, but the majority of them, where they're all just like, ha ha, gay joke, ha ha ha. And that was the movie. That was the culture. I'm like, we can move past that. It was barely funny then, or it wasn't, right? Everyone thought it was funny. And now you just look at it now, and you're just like, this is bad and not funny. Oh, my boy Futurama. Or you get a show like Futurama where they revive it 15 years later. You're like, we didn't need to do that. We didn't need to do that, Futurama. It was great as it was. 3 seasons or 4 seasons. Keep it packed up in this little time capsule of it did its job. It was good at the time. We don't need to like revisit these franchises to death. I wasn't allowed to watch South Park. When South Park came out, I remember distinctly, it was at Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving at my aunt's house in Petaluma, California. And no, it wasn't at her house in Petaluma, California. It was in Roanoke Park, California. And I remember we were at Thanksgiving dinner, 20 people there. All the adults suddenly disappeared, except for like our one great aunt or something. And we didn't know where they went. And then we all kind of realized they're all upstairs. And we all kind of like crept up the staircase, like me and like my 7 cousins or however many were. And like we're listening at the door and we were hearing like they're watching something. And they were covertly, one of them had a videotape of one episode of South Park. And they were showing the other adults South Park for the first time. But they all knew they didn't want any of the kids to see it because we were at the time. But we all snuck in at the door to be like, what are they all watching? And it was South Park. And we weren't allowed to watch it. We weren't allowed to watch it one bit. That's my South Park story. It's never really gotten South Park. Deep lore. Wasn't allowed. All right, I'm gonna go get another amber lager. I'll be right back in about 35 seconds because I live in a 750 square foot condo, so there's not much space to go. Be right back. I forgot to mute, so you're gonna hear some me walking around sounds. Very exciting. I'm back. Oh. Bender's pretty great. Kenny and Roger. Oh, that's good. When I was young, there was a certain point in my childhood, we switched over from not cable internet. We had DSL, from Call ATG, a local telecom. The city I grew up in does not dox me at all, so I'm fine talking about it in explicit terms. We had cable TV on our huge 32-inch CRT TV in the living room. And the Adult Swim was on too late. Rarely I'd watch Adult Swim because it was on way too late, right? And only like when we were left home alone for the night, because my parents were off doing something. They're very busy people. They're like, here's a Take and Bake pizza, bake it yourself. We'll be back at midnight, kids. We got a wine tasting event to go to. Story of my life. Adult Swim's on too late until we switched over at some point to DirecTV instead of Comcast or whatever shitty cable company it was. I think it was cheaper at the time or something. I don't know the reasons, but everything was broadcast in Eastern time instead of Pacific time. So all of the shows were on 3 hours earlier. So all of a sudden Adult Swim became like 6 p.m. Adult Swim would come on. So they would start watching Adult Swim more. And it was great. It was great. But my real one was Deep Tsunami and its motivational speeches from Tom. That was the real one. Tom, you were a real one. Oh no, not OCD. Actually, I admit, I know cultural reference is OCD, but the actual like what OCD really manifests as, like, I don't have too much knowledge because I know like a lot of people claim it when they don't actually have it. We're like, oh, I always need to like plug my phone in before bed. I have OCD. Ha ha. And I'm like, that's not. I know enough to know like that's not what we're talking about here. I do think one of my neighbors had it because they always locked the door 3 times leaving. I think that's probably more accurate than I'd like to keep things organized. I have OCD. It's like, no, man, you just like being organized. Like, come on, let's not make things up here. I was being born in the 80s. It was before the only mental health issue topic that was allowed in the 80s. In the 90s was you had ADD. Not ADHD. You had ADD, and here comes some Ritalin, and that's about it. That's all we had. Luckily, I did not get pumped full of Ritalin, and it was up there though. I was not one of those. I was a good child, for better or worse. Mostly worse. Better or worse. We can talk about that later. But oh my God, it's almost. I do this thing where I go into a chatting stream, and I'm like, man, I don't have too much today. Probably like an hour tops. And you know how I know I set that? Because I set my rice cooker to be done. Because I'm like, I want some fresh rice to go with dinner at the end of my stream. So I set my rice cooker to be done at like 6 p.m. And now I'm approaching 6 p.m. I've only covered like 4 things on my chatting list here. And I'm like, we're gonna hear a little Zojibushi in the background soon. I did more drawing than I expected though, with my slightly creepy-eyed. It's almost like a Watamote mouth, Anyway, let's back to my chatting topics here. We'll leave this up so if anybody new comes into the stream as I'm chatting, they'll think I'm still actively drawing, like a trick. I'll trap them. But the good segue topic on here. Question review. Art attempt. Check. 90s here. Okay, I did that. Heart beep. Since on the anime topic, I found a segue. Oh, thank God. And not the goofy bike or goofy little mode of transit. I found out a couple months ago that a few of my friends who I considered who generally watch a lot of anime and watch different series and my playlist had never seen Cowboy Bebop. I have 3 animes on my anime list that I've rated 10 out of 10. Cowboy Bebop, Ouran High School Host Club, and Frieren. Only 3 10 out of 10 animes. And so to find out my friends who have watched a lot of anime, some have watched a lot of One Piece, have not seen Cowboy Bebop, I was shocked. Not in a oh, you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, you're a fake fan. No. More, no, also 2 beers in now, so there we go. More oh, you haven't seen this amazing anime, now you get a chance to watch this for the first time? That's more of the attitude I take on the finding out someone has not seen your favorite media franchise. Is that that joy that they get experience for the first time, when deep in your heart you wish you could experience it for the first time? So I found out some friends have not seen Cowboy Bebop. At that same time, I found some of my friends who are first generation from other countries, right? Have never really experienced casseroles. And this was I came up, here's what happened. I had these 2 facts in my head percolating, and then I came up with a name, and then it came together. I'm like, we're gonna do Casserole Bebop. I'll invite people over for a night of anime and casseroles. And it's gonna be wonderful. And so to prep this, I had this idea in November, let's say. And Tanuano, hello. So I had this idea for this Casserole Bebop event in November. So I got the Cowboy Bebop DVDs for Christmas, which, sidebar, I did my annual let's sit down with my parents and have them watch some media I enjoy. I had my parents watch 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop. My father promptly fell asleep. My mom was like, oh, this is interesting. It's kind of like Speed Racer. And then we stopped there, and we will never talk about it nor watch anime with my parents ever again for the rest of my adult life. So I got the DVDs for the Cowboy Bebop. So close. 1B too many. Bebop. And so when we planned it, I got my casserole planned, and so on Saturday I was able to have some friends over to watch Cowboy Bebop, eat some casseroles, and experience these two facets of culture that they have not experienced before. One thing that they were aware of, which it's funny when you describe something to somebody, like they might not know the word you use, but they inherently understand what you're talking about, and that is a slop bowl, which is like your shallow pasta bowl for holding your slop dishes like casseroles. Delightful. Bebop is a jazz term, I believe. I'm not sure if it's a genre or a jazz term. Yeah, it's a style of jazz from 1940. So bop or bebop was the jazz style. And Cowboy Bebop is because of the jazz soundtrack that underlies the show, kind of like the jazz nature of the actual, like the whole show is set up in a lot of ways like a jazz performance where you have the overarching like characters for your instruments, and then in jazz you'd like each instrument has a chance to shine and has like a solo type moment in a jazz performance. And so in Cowboy Bebop you have the setting and the setup and the overall themes of the show, but then each character has this moment to shine in an individual episode and with a backstory. And so that's kind of why the whole thing's like as a jazz performance with the soundtrack that is top tier 10 out of 10 soundtrack. And then it's a cowboy, it's a spaghetti Western, right? Effectively, for the Cowboy Bebop. I love Cowboy Bebop. And it's one of the reasons I bought a vinyl. One of the reasons I bought a record player was so I could actually just justify buying the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack on vinyl. Not because I think it sounds better, but I like the aesthetics, like the vibe, the aura farming of playing the soundtrack. So I got to share it with some friends, which is very exciting for me. We watched 4 or 5 episodes. They all agreed they'd come back to watch more. They did not come and visit my home for the first time, get disgusted and be like, Sanish, why are all these Dakimakuras just laying everywhere? I don't own any Dakimakuras. And in fact, one of the friends I invited over, they have much lewder anime figurines than myself, which is a kind of if you have a friend who has lewder anime figurines than you feel a deep area to get slightly lewder anime figurines. It's kind of a lewd anime figurine arms race. I thought about this earlier today because of like, I seriously thought like a body pillow, like Dakimakura aside, I'll get to your question about the cartoons in a second. But the first beer is hitting me now, and so we're gonna speed up here. Little top heavy. An actual body pillow does sound kind of nice, but you can't be like, I'm going to have a bunch of anime figurines on display in a display case on my first floor, and then your friends would walk up, because my bathroom and bedroom are top of my stairs. I'm in a lofted condo. They'd walk up to the bathroom, they'd maybe glance into the bedroom portion of the room and see like what looks like obviously a body pillow shaped thing in or on the bed. They would all immediately assume it's a Dakimakura. Even if it wasn't, they'd make that connection. And so I was wondering today, this is earlier today, it's like this morning, what would be stranger to walk in and see? Would it be stranger to walk in and see a anime Dakimakura? So like Revi from Black Lagoon, Daimiko from Genshin Impact. I'm trying to think what Dakimakuras I'd get. I'm leaning and looking at my anime figurines. Full body armor guts Dakimakura. Or would it be weirder to have a Sanish Dakimakura of myself? Which would be weirder? I don't know, and I don't actually want to know the answer. I need to get a normie body pillow. I have like a regular pillow, but it's not long enough. And sometimes you want like one pillow, because I sleep on my side, so you kind of want one support. And sometimes you want like some leg, knee support because you're old. Princess Rosalie body pillow, right? I thought about it, and like the last couple times I've gone to anime conventions, I have walked through like the Artist Alley merch section, looking at some of the Dakimakuras, thinking to myself, like, is this a time that I go down Is this the time I go down this route? Because I mean, like, fully clothed, right? Right? We do like we'd probably do like this Dakimakura, right? Like doable, a lot of thigh, a lot of leg action on this Dakimakura. But I'll get it custom made. Honestly, getting custom made Redbubble would be a problem. I'd have to commission the Dakimakura artwork. One-sided, one say-so side. Thank you very much. Thick, those thick thighs. But the full body guts one. Now we're cooking. If you had a Griffith one though, raise some eyebrows. I'm still recovering from. I had one house cleaner who came one time, and they were they saw my guts figurine and proudly said that they were a big fan of Griffith and a Griffith cosplayer. And I was like, I'm going to be murdered today in my house, aren't I? By this Griffith cosplayer. So for the American kid shows, God, what a show! Red Flag. On one hand, it was a red flag, but they only cleaned my place once, and then I got rescheduled to another cleaner who she's very much super normie, which is fine because they're just cleaning. I actually don't want to talk to them, but I kind of like. I do wonder when they're cleaning my closet and they see like the maid outfits, what they think about it. What cartoons as a kid? It's a deep pull. It's a deep pull. One that I know I liked and watched, Rocko's Modern Life, 10 out of 10 show. Rocko's Modern Life, Rugrats, a lot of Nickelodeon shows. Doug. What was that one MTV one for the emo goth girl? Oh, what was it? The problem is I'm also, when I get one whole beer in, like asking me to do a deep pull from memory is rough. MTV show. Daria, thank you, Daria. Yes. Oh, I was trying to do some elaborate Google search here to figure out Daria. Oh God. There's an X-Men show. I wanted to start watching the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, but like it aired at just the episode started at like 7 o'clock in the morning, but I had to leave for school at like 7:10, so I could only watch like the first 10 minutes of it, and I'm still upset to this day. Absolutely loved the Pokemon cartoon for Indigo League. Well, it wasn't called Indigo League at the time. It was called Pokemon because they weren't league names yet. But that one we'd rush home from school, from middle school. Rush home from middle school to watch the Pokemon show. The Pokemon show on my TVs. That's probably my entry to anime, by the way, was the Pokemon show. And it's always wild to see what other kid shows exist in other countries. And then like, you find out that like Doraemon is a huge thing. You're like, the Dory what now? Or like England has a bunch of different kid shows. It's like the one Tintin. I never heard Tintin. Then I went to study. Then once I lived in Scotland for a year, and everyone kept talking about Tintin. I'm like, who is this? Who is this character? I'm just gonna Google early Nintendo. Nickelodeon. Any of those like 90s Nickelodeon shows lists. Oh, let's look at these up. Let me look at this. Doug, Rocko's Modern Life, All Real Monsters, Hey Arnold. Oh man, Cat Dog, Angry Beavers. Pretty much all the Nickelodeon shows from the 90s. And then some of the early Cartoon Network ones. Gosh, what other? I watch a lot of cartoons. SpongeBob when it came out, so like kind of like late high school. When did SpongeBob air? SpongeBob air. 1999. Oh, I wasn't in high school. I was in middle school. I feel a little better about myself. A little bit better about myself. Still dying a little bit inside. Part of it is my mom liked cartoons, so my mom would watch cartoons with us. Like if it was on, we'd watch Smurfs. So it was honestly a shitty show. I'm sorry, any Smurf fans in chat. Too bad. Oh yeah, let's see. Futurama, Daria, Gargoyles. Oh, Gargoyles slap. That was a show. Dexter's Lab, Freakazoid, Animaniacs. Animaniacs was really good. Johnny Bravo is really good. Powerpuff Girls. I'm just like scrolling through all these. I would say like Street Sharks. Street Sharks. Darkwing Duck. Tiny Toons. There's some shows you watch because you're like, it's Saturday morning, you're eating your absolutely pure sponge sugar breakfast cereal. And you're just watching cartoons because you're either watching cartoons or you're playing Chrono Trigger on your Super Nintendo. Ninja Turtles, big fan. I had Ninja Turtle underwear and lunchbox in grade school. Big deep cut lore there. Didn't really watch any of like the King of the Hill, Family Guy, American Dad. Well, American Dad wasn't out yet when I was a kid. I did watch Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Going through these lists here. Some of those are just out of my time. Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, when we get into like the Adult Swim, Toonami era. But like when I think of childhood, I think of like grade school up to early middle school. Before I started getting into anime and became a corrupted youth. Deeply corrupted youth. What are these other shows that I forgot about? Some of them are just bad. Like, I've never heard of Penguin Pingu, no. Because I think there wasn't like, God, was there any 90s Korean? Is from South Korea? It's funny, like, it's funny to think about now, but like, growing up in America, in suburban America, white suburban America, let's be perfectly clear here, in the 90s, there wasn't really much cultural awareness of any media outside of American media, and maybe if you were a nerd on the fringes who got bullied for it, maybe anime, Japanese anime specifically. Like, there was no concept of any Chinese media. There was no concept of any Korean media at all. Like, it had no, like, there was zero presence. There wasn't even like any like Korean restaurants or like anything. It was all just like Americanized Chinese and Japanese. Like, that's it. Yeah, do you know Flintstones? I had Flintstones vitamins. Which as a kid, like, oh, it's kind of goopy. I have like sugar vitamins, but then I'm back on the gummy vitamin train and I'm just like finally taking vitamins for the first time in my life because they're gummies. And I'm like, of course you make your gummies and your vitamins candy. Duh. What idiot thought otherwise? Past Sanish, buying vitamin D pills I have to take with water like a chump. Look at this Poro the penguin. Pororo the penguino. Oh, is that 3D? Oh, slightly 3D. Oh. Yeah, that must be like, what is this? 1998 then? 2003. Yeah. That was... I was too mature to be watching cartoons in 2000. What was I doing in 2003? Oh, I was getting bullied for watching anime. Ha! Ha! I'm old. The truth comes out. But I got my friends to watch Cowboy Bebop, and I need to reschedule the next viewing of Cowboy Bebop. And I introduced them to casseroles. One friend made a green bean casserole. Delicious. One friend brought a surprise lasagna that their surprise girlfriend made. This friend went from 0 girlfriends to suddenly moving in with a girlfriend real fast, and it's a problem. It's not problematic, but it raised some eyebrows. And I made a tamale pie, which I think came out great. I loved it. It hit my childhood nostalgia right in the right sweet spot. I assume my other friends liked it because they went back for seconds. Always a good sign. However, I was left with half a casserole after this event and had to eat half a casserole myself over the subsequent 4 days, which, by God, day 4 of the same casserole, you get a little tired of it. Super Wings. Super Wings. Animated series. Oh my god, this is a Cars ass plane if I ever saw one. Universal Kids Education Broadcast System. 2014. This is like this is the art style from Cars. Or, you know what? When did Cars come out? Because sometimes like Disney just steals blatantly from other, like how Lion King was based off Chinese cartoon? God damn it, Google. I didn't want when the first car came out in 1886. When did Cars, the movie, come out? Yeah, 2006. Okay, yeah. Super Wings is definitely like, this is a car style, but they're planes. Cars brings up a whole different like questions. Toyota bus. Oh no, it's Buscoon. See, Toyota bus would not take off in America because we don't believe in public transit. Just write out. Unless it was Teo, the privatized charter bus. God, what terrifying like localization. If this came out for kids in America and it was Teo, the privatized charter bus. Crack myself up. Larva? Honestly, I'm worried about a show called Larva. Oh, this looks a lot like, what was that show? VeggieTales. I don't know, the preview image I'm seeing right away is VeggieTales. May or may not be true. Oh, I don't think it's VeggieTales at all. Ugh. Yeah, I don't care for that character design. Oh, Transformers was another cartoon. Just hit me like a bag of bricks right there. But last weekend, I'm still recovering from last weekend because I counted. I spent a total of 16 hours socializing with friends on Saturday and Sunday. That's a lot of time for this little fox boy to spend socializing with friends. 16 hours over 48 hours. So I had a gremlin up for last week. I'm still recovering from it. The veggies don't go to heaven? What? What do you mean no. VeggieTales characters don't go to heaven? Is this some like only humans have souls and VeggieTales characters aren't human, therefore they don't have souls, they don't go to heaven? No fucking way. VeggieTale characters do not go to heaven because the series creator established rules that vegetables cannot have souls or redemptive relationships with God. What wild nonsense. I thought VeggieTales was built to indoctrinate young children into Bible stories. Isn't that the point of VeggieTales? And then your Spanish teacher, Miss Fuentes, shows you Spanish VeggieTales in class to teach you Spanish? Like, that's the point of VeggieTales. This is the wildest thing I've heard all year. Vegetables cannot have the phrase vegetables cannot have redemptive relationships with God is absolutely wild. This Reddit, how long is this Reddit thread? It's not as long as I hoped. Canonically in the universe, are the characters aware of this? Are the veggies Christian? Do they believe that they are? VeggieTales is a Christian animated show where it's anthropomorphic vegetables bounce around telling kids Bible stories. And apparently those poor vegetables can't go to heaven. That's why Christianity is a sham. That's why it's a sham. Your vegetables can't. But next, dogs don't go to heaven? I'm sorry. Unacceptable right there. Wait, what? There's follow-up. One of the creators, Phil Vischer, said the veggies will be part of a redeemed creation and live on New Earth. What is redeemed creation on New Earth? Do I want to know? Has Christianity jumped the shark? Am I about to look up some sort of like new Christian like death cult? A central Christian eschatological concept representing the final restored state of creation, fully redeemed from the earth of sin. Is it a new thing? Man, Christian lore is wild. If you treat Christianity as like a fandom, shit's wild. A lot of fan stories, side stories. You got like your shipping. New Christianity. Oh, that's savage. That's savage, man. 21st chapter. In Koine Greek. Oh, no, this is an older thing. Or just a reading. I love the... It has a lot of fan art. No, treat it like a fandom, and then you treat different religious events as like cosplay events, and like, oh, they're going to reenact their favorite scene from the show as a fun cosplay event. Oh, look, someone who has a great Mary Magdalene cosplay. Oh, it's fantastic. Do you see the detailing they put on the hem work there? Oh, I prefer. I prefer Bible Brotherhood over Bible Original. The New Testament. It's like reframing sports fans as cosplayers. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Like, you see our framing and our way of thinking about things and apply it to other cultures and other parts of society. It's like all the Seahawks cosplayers were out this week. But the VeggieTales, I have... It's gonna sound weird. I need to send this to my ex because she grew up in a very, very, very Christian cult-like household and watched a lot of VeggieTales to the point where like the songs were like burned into her brain, and she would start singing them at random points, like random snippets of the songs, because they're just like just deep in there. And so I learned about VeggieTales through her mostly, because I grew up in a fairly agnostic household. But the fact that veggies don't have souls, that's fantastic. Oh, VeggieTales, Jesus Christ. Literally, Jesus Christ. VeggieTales don't have souls. That's my favorite fact of the day. Thundercats. Thundercats is like a Voltron knockoff with cats. Kind of sums it up, really. But it's always socializing. I did hit one of my, I had a 2026, my 2026 goals was to do more casual hangouts with friends. I think I did look up Dooley the Dino. The problem is I might look these up and they say your childhood cartoon, and I look at the release date and I die a little bit inside. Oh, thank God. First episode 1987. Woof. That was a close one. I almost turned to dust. It's when you say I grew up with this cartoon and said release date 2018 that I just like crumple into just like absolute pile of dust as I fall asleep into my coffin. One of my 2026 goals, personal goals, was to do more casual hangouts with friends in the like parallel play. You just knit quietly on the couch while I go cook in the kitchen or something. And on Saturday, I finally hit that milestone. I invited a friend over pre-casserole bebop, and I cooked my casserole. She just quietly knit on the couch and had us a quiet hangout and hit that friendship milestone. I'm proud of myself. I didn't stall on my friendship milestones until November. I did it early. And so that's one of my things. It's what because one of the things I've been doing for the last 2.5 years is asking what parts of a romantic relationship that I actually enjoy that I can just recreate with my friends. And so I'll be going through all that. The problem is I don't have any contacts for any cartoons from other countries, which is It would take some deep searching to look that up. There's also a lot of countries. Now, a lot of them are weird. Especially the British ones. Especially the American ones. I like looking up modern, like especially modern cartoons. It's like if you ever looked up children's books. Like when my niece was younger and I had to buy children's books for her, you look at modern kids books and you're just like, what is all this? Like, how do you pick a children's book in the year 2026? Like there's so many and there's no good way to like, how do you filter? How do you pick when you're just like a single guy living on your own with no connection to kids whatsoever? Last time you encountered a child was when you were 6 years old yourself and you have to pick up children's books. You're just like, cartoons are the same way. Where if you didn't grow up with them, most cartoons are kind of weird. They're kind of weird. If you look at them with like no nostalgia, no context, a bit odd. Especially with the art styles. It can be kind of sometimes off-putting. So I hit that friendship milestone. I'm very proud of myself. So proud of myself. The other thing, and this is one where I've not recovered from, and I blame myself for streaming too much, is I did a 4-hour karaoke on Sunday with a friend's birthday. And my voice was rough Monday. My voice felt rough Tuesday. Then I streamed on Wednesday. And halfway through my stream last night, I'm just like, dear Lord, I need to take a break and let my voice recover a bit. And then I'm streaming now. And so I did not recover. My voice feels a bit rough. It still hurts a little bit. Not hurt, but like, if you've done karaoke for 4 hours, there's a feeling for the next 4 or 5 days where you're just like, I shouldn't be talking. And you have a meeting where you got to tell someone in a very official Foxboy business voice that their idea is dumb and that you need to bring clarity and that what they're asking for is unreasonable, is a job description for a full team, and we should move on. One day I will be able to recreate what the Sanish business voice sounds like on streams. I know some friends want to hear it, but it's so hard to recreate because there's like I don't get angry when I'm streaming. And there's a bit of anger, like a deep anger that comes out in my scary business voice, which I like, which I enjoy. Thanks, friends. Oh God. Let me talk about this because if I don't talk about this, it's going to live rent free in my head for the next 6 months. Before karaoke, I went to a couple record stores in the area. I went to some vinyl record stores. So I was looking specifically for city pop albums and specifically for a copy of Swagger by Flogging Molly, which is hard as shit to find, by the by. So I went to 2 record stores on Saturday. And one of them, it was a record store / retro video game store, which is kind of a neat combo. They had a bunch of like vinyls on video game soundtracks, which is super cool. But I found I bought 2 albums and that were their labels are only in Japanese, and I bought them solely based on the cover art, which I've realized my years playing Genshin Impact and that gachapon brain has transferred from paying money into gacha games into buying mystery vinyl records of city pop albums, hoping that I like them. It's kind of fun. Going to a store, picking something based on the cover art, taking it home, and then being like, putting on the record playing, saying, what did I buy? I had a gacha life. I still play Genshin Impact, but I don't pay money anymore. Though to be fair, I never paid big bucks to gacha, but I did pay money to gachas in the past because I enjoyed them and I got fun. But I know my limits. I have fairly decent self-control and willpower when it matters. The places I don't have good self-control and willpower are peer pressure and attractive friends. If you're in those categories, you ask me to do something, there's a very good chance I just say yes. Final Roblox hi. I'm sorry, you're the third Roblox reference tonight. I'm surrounded by Roblox. I'm not gonna play Roblox. So buying vinyl records for City Pop is a fantastic gotcha pull. I found one that is kind of like a vaporwave late night driving soundtrack, which is super cool, except I don't have a record player in my car. And the second one was a 1981 Enka genre Japanese J-pop album, where I learned Enka, I believe that's called, music is kind of like, there's a style of American country music that it's kind of like you have your guitar and your singer and you're singing about the lonesome road and out on the prairie. It's like that genre, but it's a shamisen and it's Japanese, but it has that like a bit of a country twinge to it. I kind of vibe with. I was talking about some cartoons from my childhood. The problem is like looking up cartoons for other people's childhoods causes me to die a little bit inside when I see that they are from like the 2010s. Now, if someone came in here and said, look up this cartoon from my childhood, and they, oh, my iPad. And they like, look up this cartoon from my childhood. It's the original Speed Racer. I watched it when it broadcast. I'm 55 years old. I'd be like, thank God, somebody. But the vinyl gotcha pulls, pretty great. But I went to one store, it was great. I went to a second store in Capitol Hill, Seattle, and I walk into the store, and it's like kind of more of a traditional rock store. Yeah, every country has their own children's store, and there's shows, and it's absolutely wild that like some things cross international borders, but some things absolutely do not. And I think cartoons are one things that don't cross international borders, except apparently for Bluey. Apparently Bluey, which is an Australian show, super popular everywhere. Right? I've one of my friends is Australian, and apparently some of their friends' kids call them Bluey. Because they're Australian. Oh, I love it. But I went to a record store in Capitol Hill. Snacksy D boy. I'm going to hope that 78 is that you were born in 1978 and not some other reference, and that you were also old like myself. I've never seen Bluey. I just know that it's Australian, and then my Australian friends get called Bluey by kids, and that tickles me pink. So I went to this vinyl record store in Capitol Hill in Seattle, and it was more of a traditional like rock pop, not like rock pop-ish sort of record store. When people come in and start asking me about Roblox, I feel ancient. So I'm hoping someone else who's not 20 years old. So I walk in the record store, and like I need to find like a good punk rock record store in Seattle. For some reason, I've not found one yet, and I need to keep looking. Because I'm finding each record store has a different vibe and a different like genre. And I asked, I'm like, thank God, there's two of us out there. I'm going to record store. I list albums. It's pretty organized. And then I asked the guy at the counter, I'm like, do you have Flogging Molly? Hoping it was kind of like they could look it up on a computer that's running DOS or something, and then like tell me they don't have it in stock. But he just walked over to the F section and looked at the F section, didn't see it. I'm like, no shit, man, I already looked at the F section. I know how alphabets work. And then I had this awkward moment where I walked back to the counter with him, and I thought he had something more to say to me. So I just stood there looking at him expecting him to say something to me. And then he looked at me expecting me to say something to him. And it was like a 1, 2, like it took a 4-beat pause for me to realize that like he didn't have anything to say to me. And I'm like, oh, that's it. It's fine. It's okay. And I booked it out of that store, and I can never go back to that record store. I am traumatized forever. Never again. Like I'm fine with awkward in that like I'm a big music fan. I'm too good to talk to you sort of way. fantastic. Give me a Loof record store, give me a punk record store, give me Too Cool for Me record store, but it's the Welcome Good Dude is here. I should say Good Dude is new, shouldn't it? But it's that moment where you have that one awkward interaction with an employee at one store, and you're like, I could never return to this store again. I had a good run, but we're gonna pack it in and go, not another Roblox. The youth. You're asking why am I alienating my youth, my Roblox hate? Is because I can. It's because I fundamentally don't. The problem is I do understand it. I am just flabbergasted that is not being copyright struck left, right, and sideways. The youth. And this is the challenge of being a streamer that I've not yet reconciled. I've been doing this 2 years. I've not yet reconciled with is most VTuber fans and people who watch streams are going to be a demographic that skews younger, and it makes it a challenge when you're an older VTuber, when the audience skews younger. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but when pop culture comes up and you realize that like those touchstones aren't there, or you realize like, oh no, I will do this one because I was thinking about it in my little head, but sometimes like it'll turn out I'll search it and a Bluey will have come out in like 1963 and it's been running for 75 years. 2018. That's what I was worried about. Ugh. Now you can tell, like, I know it's a good cartoon when not just the kids like it, but the parents like it as well. But I know then you get some shows that I've heard secondhand from friends who are parents that are just horrific, like Cocomelon, I think is one that like kids love, but parents end up loathing. But I know like the shows my mom liked watching with my brother and I when we were kids were like Rocco's Modern Life, because they had one episode where like Rocco was calling his neighbor who's like a sex phone worker, and it's like not explicitly stated, but like the context is like their neighbor is a sex phone worker and Rocco called him up accidentally one time, and like that was a plot of an episode. Or we have one episode plot where Filburn, his turtle neighbor, is just like blasting a bong in a kitchen sink, and you're just like, this is wild. Wait a second, Schnitzel animations. Am I misremembering the name? Or is that you're the second Schnitzel-based name tonight, or you're the same Schnitzel, or you change your username and your color in the meantime. 2 Schnitzels at the same time. Am I hitting a time zone, a popular time zone in late night Germany right now? Big Schnitzel fans in chat. Which, to be fair, German sausage is pretty delicious. I like K-pop Demon Hunters, but that's the extent. I liked it. I watched it once. It was good. I see why it's popular. I don't need to watch it again. At this point, I just accept it. I'm just like, this is fine. This is fine. I'll accept this and move on. I'll cry after the stream. No, I don't. I am not crying. I'm fine with people being younger than me, because that's most people. It's just very odd because like until I was okay, that makes a lot more sense than 2 Schnitzel based names in the same night. Although part of me is hoping that I hit my niche audience and it's Schnitzel fans, and I was gonna have to start making I'm gonna have to make a Schnitzel. I'm gonna start making a sausage tier list on stream next time to really capitalize on this niche I found. But there's a transition point, a very strange transition point where growing up, I started school early. I started like a year early, so I was like for example, I started college when I was 17. 67.7. No, is my 6.7? Oh, Wrong button. Could be. The sausage tier list. I'm not going to drop the sausage tier list unless I'm like vegetarian for the most part. Like I say I'm 95% vegetarian, like 75% vegan, which is like means absolutely nothing. But there are some things I will break being vegetarian for. Lasagna on that list. Ground sausage meat, surprisingly, on that list. The problem with the sausage tier list is that I already have an idea of, like, I know what the tier list is going to be. Here, let me. I can just draw. So I'll just draw this real quick. Now that's in my head. First off, let's group all these. Sorry, cute thing, we're dropping you off. Sausage tier list. We're gonna make a new layer. Get my pen out here. Oh God, I'm on the wrong pen. Sausage tier list. We're gonna go with. Sorry, on tap. You gotta go. Take up my space. We're gonna go with. Beloved? No. We're gonna go with. We're gonna go with abandon the morals. Beloved. Okay. Meh. Never. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do the sausage tier list real quick. Be a lonely or can only. Oh, I would rather never talk to another human being in my life than have to be friends with Minetta from My Hero Academia. Hands down, no questions asked. Easy, done. Though to be friends, I guess if you are friends with him, you could just punt him a lot. All right, so sausage tier list. As vegetarian. Okay. Welcome back, Shrimpo. The problem is, like, I joked about the sausage tier list with Schnitzel, but then, like, I started thinking about it, and I immediately realized, like, I have a sausage tier list in my head. What I will abandon my morals for, and being vegetarian for, always and forever, #1 sausage. I will love this till the day I die. Chorizo, my beloved. Probably the #1 sausage I will not think deeply about where it comes from. I will not think about how it's made. I will not think about what's into it, but chorizo forever. Okay, so we got chorizo. I'll just say, put your sausages in the list here. Links. I'm not sure I've had links very much. Bratwurst, I'm gonna put bratwurst down here. I'm putting bratwurst down here because if I'm getting bratwurst, it's probably from a German restaurant, which probably means there's probably some good mustards and sauerkraut on it. Ooh, andouille. Andouille is same with bratwurst. It's probably paired with some like good sides. Like you probably have some good red beans with andouille sausage to go with it. You might have some good like dirty rice to go with it, or it might be in the rice, kind of like a fried rice situation. Same with bratwurst, right? Jeez, this song is not the vibe. Oh, I got the wrong playlist. Sorry. There we go. That's classic. Oh, that's my Zoji Rusi saying, "Hey Santa, she thought you're gonna be done streaming by now. It's dinner time." Andouille. I don't think I've had kielbasa very much. Oh, thanks for joining. Coming back on the stream. Links. I'm gonna put links as meh. I don't think links have enough going for me to care. Beloved breakfast sausage. Breakfast sausages. I do love good breakfast sausage. Either as patty format or like in the those little those little small ones you could buy for cheap that you don't think about. I need to look up, honestly, I need to look schnitzel up. I need to look up schnitzel real quick. I'm not sure I've had much. What is the flavor of schnitzel? Oh, schnitzel's breaded and pan fried. Oh shit. It's veal though. I'm not a huge fan of veal. I'll put schnitzel. You know what? You know. Okay is the wrong word. I'll put schnitzel here. Texture-wise, debatable, but the fact that it's breaded and pan fried, like you bread and pan fry anything, like come on, come on. That saves most. Like this is America State Fair 101 content. You bread it, you deep fry it, it becomes delicious, right? I hate seafood. Not hate. I like fish. I like fish. I don't like the sea crab variety of seafood. But you take some crab meat, you put it in a patty, you bread it and deep fry it, make a crab cake. I am there. I will gobble that up like a seafood fiend. I'm not sure I answered that question. So schnitzel here. Chorizo, top marks for top marks there. Problem, like generic hot dog. Generic hot dog is meh. I'm gonna put fancy hot. Oh, fancy hot dog up here. And then beloved, I'm gonna put Costco hot dog. Fancy hot dog are like Japan dogs, Seattle dogs, any hot dog that has like a bunch of weird toppings on it, maybe some cream cheese in there, maybe some tempura flakes, maybe some jalapenos, some grilled onions. Pretty good. Fancy hot dogs. Chorizo, abandoned morals, like it's tough. Like fancy hot dog is like kind of like between beloved and abandoned morals. I think there's another hot dog another ground meat I would abandon my morals for. I would say I'm putting impossible meat. That's just ground meat. That's not a sausage. Delete that. Bratwurst, andouille, schnitzel, links, generic hot dogs. Never. The problem is like, oh, you know what there is? There's like shitty pizza sausage. Sausage that people put on pizza is absolute garbage, trash, scum that should be removed from this world. There's like Domino's sausage or like Papa Murphy's sausage on pizza. Absolute trash, ruins the pizza. Throw it on the ground and stomp on it. Awful. Just awful. Just, ugh. That is one I will never, and if that's on a pizza, I will pick it off. Oh, actually, good point. Pepperoni. Pepperoni sausage. Pepperoni, beloved, I'll abandon my morals. A pepperoni cheese pizza. Mwah. Pepperoni hot pocket, 100%. Pepperoni pizza bun from 7-Eleven in Japan. That's all I need in life. It's all I need in life. Italian sausage, generic Italian sausage. You know what? Beloved. I'm not going to abandon my morals and buy it very often. I used to make one of probably the first recipes that I cooked from scratch, quote unquote, in grad school. It was a Italian sausage pasta sauce. And it was the first like actual like thing I cooked applying heat. Look, sometimes you're drawing, sometimes you're making sausages. What's on pizza? Black olive pizza. I'm pretty pizza agnostic. Like, there are a few things except for sausage. Oh, Canadian bacon and ham also don't belong on pizza. Any large flat meat that serves as a vapor barrier to make the pizza underneath mushy, garbage. Garbage. Look, I was drawing slowly, and it was a performative draw to pretend like I'm still drawing on stream, which I'm not quite doing. But I got asked about sausage tier list, and I realized I have strong opinions about this, and so we're making a sausage tier list. Italian sausage on pizza. No. There's Italian sausage, and there's shitty pizza sausage. I don't think that's Italian sausage. At least what I have in my head, there's a deep texture issue here for me. There's a certain texture issue in some sausages that are, oh, beloved cheesewurst. You put some cheese in that bratwurst. Now we're cooking. Oh, like Vienna sausage? Awful. Awful. Pigs in a blanket. What I like about this is it reveals my shitty handwriting. Look. Boo, boo. Bad handwriting because I am doctor. There we go. I put a disclaimer. No wine sticks. I am drinking beer today. Oh no. I'm drinking beer. I don't have a beer stein. I don't have a beer stein thing. I am drinking my Dirty Taste Amber Lager. Pigs in a blanket. That is a G, and while it might look like piss in a blanket, it is pigs in a blanket. What other sausages are there out there? I mean, there's a lot of sausages. Don't get me wrong. So I guess like this is kind of like I'm gonna call it spice sausage. Oh, you know what? Before I get there. Gross blood sausage. Anything that has like a blood sausage, absolutely gross. I won't tell you about it. While I say that, do not tell me it was in chorizo. Chorizo, my beloved chorizo, that I will abandon any future children I will never have for chorizo. You know why I love chorizo? Because it tastes amazing. You put it in a burrito, and you have this orange oil leaks out of it, and it tastes like heaven on earth. I have never once looked up what's inside chorizo. I will never look up what's inside chorizo because I don't want to know. I'm sorry you lost your BFF. That is rough. That is rough. Enjoy a sausage tier list to feel you better. If there's your favorite sausage you want me to rank real quick, I'm happy to do that. I don't know what this line here. I got a little emphatic about my chorizo. The problem is finding a place that has a good chorizo burrito. There was a place nearby that did a chorizo breakfast burrito, where it was eggs, pico de gallo cheese, tater tots, and chorizo. And let me tell you, putting tater tots in a burrito, wonderful. But I am sorry. Oh, Polish. Oh shit. You know what? I'm not gonna rank just Polish dogs, but there was a time we had the Costco Polish hot dogs. That was the best thing. That was the best thing ever. Vegetarian sausage? No, I don't. I've had like field roast before, and like every time I've had like a vegetarian. Is the Costco Polish hot dog kielbasa? Well, shit. We're putting kielbasa up there. Today I learned there's this problem with sausage. Sometimes they have a real name, and sometimes there's an American name. And the American name is like, oh, we're going to call it a kiel what now? I can't. That's too hard to say. We're going to say Polish sausage. Schnitzel, we're going to call it Austrian sausage. And Dewey, we're going to call that I forgot the name. There's a name for the lowland area of the Carolinas I forgot about. I like my spice sausages. Spicy sausages are generally like, the reason andouille is down here is that like, it's good, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way for andouille. I would enjoy breakfast sausage, Italian sausage, I would enjoy. Cheesewurst, look, you put cheese in a bratwurst, we're upgrading here, right? I've had like one that's like tapatio in a sausage, not very good. Costco dogs, chorizo, and kielbasa is kind of like in that same same. Pepperoni too is spiced, right? I think I just like spicy foods is what it comes down to. Oh yeah, right. The fancy hot dogs. I think isn't it Seattle dog like cream cheese, jalapeno, and grilled onions? Japan dog started in Seattle. Yeah, called it. It's great. 5 people watching. Pretty good. 5 people watching on YouTube. Oh man, Seattle style hot dog. It is. I looked it up and I was right. It's a cream cheese, caramelized onions, and jalapenos. Or sauerkraut. Or sauerkraut. If that's your vibe. Oh, corn dogs? I ate a lot of corn dogs as a kid. I ate probably an uncomfortable number of corn dogs as a child. And I forgot about that. Only but corn dogs is good. It's either sauerkraut or grilled onions, depending on the particular vendor. Corn dogs are good. I like corn dogs because I love cornbread. And you just put a hot dog in a cornbread, my friend. And it's on a stick. You serve it on a stick. Like, serving something on a stick makes it inherently better. The one thing I got in Japan at a shrine, not a shrine, a festival, cheese dog, amazing. Which is just a giant mozzarella stick on a stick. Like, I enjoy fried cheese. Like, I'm a simple man. I'm a simple fox boy. Japan dogs, I think, started in Seattle, despite the name. At least there was a cart in, food, not Japan dogs. Oh, it's a brand of dog food? No. Japan dog. Was it just a cart? Oh, it's Vancouver based. Japadog is what it's called. It was started in Vancouver apparently, and it came to Seattle, Pacific Northwest venue, where it's like a hot dog with like, this one has like teriyaki, mayo, seaweed, nori on a black pork sausage. Other ones have like shredded cabbage or the name of that Japanese mayo whose name I'm forgetting. But they're great. They're also great. Yeah, cornbread, fantastic. So I like tamale pie, it's cornbread on it. Tater tots, I saw someone else, I mentioned, someone else reacted. Choopy, thank you. There is a time in my life where my dinner was a bowl of tater tots. Bowl of tater tots, side dish of ketchup. Baby, you got yourself dinner cooked. Oh, salami. Oh, shit. Salami is a sausage. Oh, you know, the problem with salami is like, I feel salami has a wide range. I feel salami has a very wide range of quality. There's like those thick, dense salamis, and you have like those big, round, floppy salamis. So I'm gonna say salami is either up here. Salami is either my beloved. Some salami though, meh. We're gonna draw a dotted line because I've had some salamis that have been like amazing, and I've had some salamis that are just like floppy wet trash I don't want near me as a person ever again. It comes down to, I think, like there's probably some like salami connoisseurs out there, but like I'm gonna say the size of the grind and like the size of the fat inclusions in the salami get to me. Because for me, the reason I'm vegetarian, despite making a sausage tier list, 95%. The reason I'm 95% vegetarian is like, it's a big texture issue for me. I never have liked the texture of meat my entire life. And so going vegetarian fixes that. But and the reason I like sausages as a meat is because they're ground up and remove some of those texture issues for me. So I can enjoy the flavors and the diversity of meat without running into those texture problems. There's definitely like better salamis out there, and there's definitely worse salamis out there. Sometimes salamis cut like just like it's cut in sort of like a deli meat, and it's like you're like, meh. But it's not like a small artisanal hard salami that's served like on a charcuterie board with like maybe some brie on the side, maybe some like fancy Castelvona olives on the side, maybe a little cracker that is kind of flavorless and a little too hard and a little too brittle, and you bite into it and you're like, can I just have a Ritz cracker instead, or a Triscuit? Why do I have these fancy ass crackers that are terrible? Delicious. One thing on the charcuterie topic, I picked up a manchego cheese a couple days ago, and I had it today, and I realized it was just okay, and I think it's just like this brand, the house brand, the QFC house brand Murray's cheese, their manchego, meh, not a good manchego. Maybe it was a cow manchego, not a sheep manchego, but meh. The problem with store salami is like it varies so much. I think salami has such a wide range, right? Like the range for salami can be like trash tier that you don't want anyone near your body to like divine. So salami is like such a wide range. I'm surprised they don't have like a grading, like a salami grading system. Like, oh, I like B+ salami. Oh, I'm more of a 35% hardness salami sort of ranking. Hot dogs are similar. I have on here generic hot dogs like a Ballpark Frank, meh. Costco hot dogs, we're getting beloved. Costco Polish dogs, which I learned today, are kielbasa, top tier. Seattle dogs, so fancy hot dogs, beloved. I'll abandon my morals for those, hands down. Yes, the chicken ranking is I don't like chicken. You know? So yeah, generic plain beef hot dogs are done. I'm gonna put beef in quotes, beef hot dogs. I don't know what it is about the Costco ones and where they source their hot dogs from, but I'll eat a Costco hot dog. I'm not about that. For $1.50? For $1.50? Eat that hot dog. But asking that chicken rankings, I just don't like. I don't care about chicken. I'm sorry, chicken. I'm sorry. For me, all chicken is meh and lower. All chicken, I could do it. If you said, Stanish, you'll never eat chicken again in your life, I'd be like, that's fine. Fine with me. I don't, meh. The problem is like most chicken is like flavorless. The problem is vegetarian version of chicken nuggets are the same, if not better, than the meat versions. I will die on that hill. You can fight me. I have gone through a deep survey of chicken nugget alternatives because that's the one chicken that I do like. And like beyond chicken nuggets are probably the top ones, followed by Impossible chicken nuggets. Quorm makes a pretty good chicken nugget alternative. There was one for a while there that was making like Impossible fake chicken nuggets in animal shapes, which to me was like perfect. Give me fake dino nuggies. Like that's what I want. But like chicken, like it's a texture problem. It's a texture problem with chicken. It's any slab of any whole piece of meat that resembles the meat that it came from. I sometimes I bite into it and I just get like a deep revulsion from the texture of it in my mouth, and I can't keep eating it. And that is like turned off forever. And chicken tenders work because they're a ground chicken, effectively. Don't think about it too deeply. But the vegetarian ones are good enough that like I'm fine just eating fake chicken nuggets if I want chicken nuggets. Fake meat has not caught up to the sausage. Fake cheeses have not caught up to the cheeses. Like I'm open to alternatives for these things, but like sometimes alternatives aren't very good. The one I will say, Impossible Meat does make a decent fake breakfast sausage. I'll give them that much. I just don't cook it. Because I don't like cooking meat. I don't like the texture of cooking meat, so I just never buy it anymore. I just cook vegetables and beans and rice and noodles. I have a super unbalanced diet. Like for tonight, I have a palak paneer I made, which is just all spinach with some paneer thrown in. Paneer for good measure, but mostly spinach. but I live that vegetarian. Mostly, I don't ever cook any of this meat. I never cook meat, but I will buy meat if I'm going out. I do not know Culver's. Correct. I've heard of Culver's. I know one of my favorite one streamer I like, Marissa Ravencroft, has talked about Culver's a lot because she's from the Midwest. And some other streamers have talked about Culver's. And whenever a streamer talks about Culver's, I peg them as like they're from the Midwest. But I've never seen a Culver's. I've never been in the same state as a Culver's. But apparently some people like it, and it's a place. Oh, Kraft mac and cheese. I love Kraft mac and cheese. I have a box of Kraft mac and cheese in my cupboard as we speak. It is my I am feeling bad and want to feel better food. It is a deep comfort food because one of the few things my mom would make for us was Kraft mac and cheese. Delicious, delightful. I love it. By far, 10 out of 10, Kraft mac and cheese, top of the list. Not like Annie's, not fancy mac and cheese, but the blue box original Kraft mac and cheese. Delicious. Delicious. My problem with Kraft mac and cheese is I'll eat the whole box in one sitting. I will make a box of Kraft mac and cheese. I'll make a pot of it. I'll eat the whole thing. And then I'll sit there, lean back on my couch, watching anime going, my stomach hurts. It's a mystery. It's a total mystery how this could happen. He said next to an empty bowl that once contained a full box, a half a stick of butter with Kraft mac and cheese. Yes, the Midwest is not a food venue I'm aware of too deeply. But the idea that a fast food restaurant would sell cheese curds, which we learned last stream, I only had cheese curds for the first time a couple weeks ago. Delightful. And the problem is I don't have an excuse to go get those cheese curds again. I should make a cheese curd excuse. Oh, absolutely. Of course you eat the whole pot. You eat the whole pot and you think about the fact that you put a half stick of butter in there and you're just like, I probably shouldn't have done that. When I was younger, when I was in my 20s, no worries, no concerns. Now that I am definitely not in my 20s, I think about these things. Illinois, that is a state that exists that I've never been to. I've never been to Wisconsin. Oh, no, I take it back. Ha! I've been to Madison. I almost went to University of Wisconsin, Madison for graduate school to study plasma physics at their fusion tokamak reactor. So close, but so far. Sorry, Madison. You almost had me live there. Side fact, what sold me against going to Madison is I looked around that physics department and I noticed everybody at this grad school welcome was a bunch of dudes talking about magic cards. And my geology department had a bunch of women in it. I'm just like, decision made. I am a shallow person. I have been to Alaska. I went on an Alaska cruise in 7th grade with my family. I distinctly remember on that trip is where I binge read the first 3 books of Game of Thrones when they just came out. I do probably need to go back to Alaska because I want to do a trip to see the Aurora Borealis, and flying to like Fairbanks is probably the best bet out there. Is that or Canada? Like Toronto or something in the middle of winter. Or Banff. Banff sounds nicer, but the problem is like to go fly to see the Aurora, you have to go during the winter, and during winter is the worst time to fly into these places. It's kind of a tough one. Need to find a place I can train to, perhaps. It's my nice salami sausage tier list. Let's go back. Let's put the art back. Let's put this subtle art back on. There, see. There we go. There we go. But Midwest is like a whole different culture, whole different place. Like I grew up on the West Coast. My whole family's from the West Coast. Almost my whole family's from the West Coast. Not like just like casually from the West Coast, but like 7 generations in California, West Coast. And it's exactly. See, I put it back up. Put it back up as a trick, as a light trick. My chatting and drawing streams are like 4% drawing, 96% chatting. That's just how things go around here. But it's amazing, like, because growing up on the West Coast, it's like you have the Sierra Nevada mountains, and everything east of that is kind of a blur. Like, I could tell you where different countries were, but if you asked me to point out where Virginia is on a map, I'd be like, no idea. No idea. I've been to a couple states now in the Midwest, but not, or the East Coast even. But the problem is like, oh, I could do a trip to somewhere else in America. I'm like, or I can go to Hawaii or Japan. And I'm just like, well, tough decision. Tough decision. This weeb is going to Japan. I've been to Canada. I've been to Vancouver a couple times, and well, like Victoria and Banff and all that. I mean, Canada is like, what, 3 hours away from me? I get in my car right now and get to Vancouver, get to Canada before midnight. But I've not been to Middle Canada or Quebec at all. If you had to pick a state you've never been to, what would I pick? And like to visit? Oh, easy. A state I've never been to visit, New York. Easy. No question asked. I've heard all the great things about New York City, and so maybe going there one day was probably on the bucket list. But again, it's like 5 hours away by plane flight. I'm halfway to France by that point, right? Or that takes me halfway to Japan. Like, I don't need to go fly to the East Coast. I know I've heard all the airports are shitty, so like, why go over there? Yeah, Vancouver's nice. I've been to Vancouver a couple times. Again, it's not that far away. Same distance. Vancouver, Portland, pretty much same distance. It's just Canada has better public transit. Or Vancouver does, at least. Vancouver, Banff is nice. I want to go back to Victoria. Victoria is one place I do want to go back to. Victoria, Busch Gardens. And I don't think I've been to Busch Gardens. I think I was sick last time. But that requires a rental car and a ferry ride. Or 2 ferry rides, depending how you get there. Right? You can ferry to Port Angeles, and from Port Angeles go to Victoria, I think, with car. One day. But I have my trips planned for the future. I got Canada. I'm going to Canada. I'm going to Japan in the fall. I'm going to the Olympic Peninsula. I've convinced a bunch of indoor, chronically online friends to join me on a dark, wet, cold trip to the Pacific coast in the middle of winter with no internet access. I'm not sure why they accepted. I keep underselling these trips, and my friends keep wanting to go. 2 years old, 100%. Like, if I kept on my memories, my consciousness, 2 years old, hands down. 79 is old. Like, not like old, but like you're getting there. You're getting there at 79. And I'll get there eventually, right? It does mean I have to go through like my early career phases again and go through what was like going through school with like LLMs and chatbots, which sounds terrifying, but think of the compound interest I could make. The compound interest. Now, if I could revert to when I was 2 years old, then I'd take all my stock market knowledge and buy Bitcoin when it was sub $1, sell that at 10K, retire, and never work a day in your life. Pro tip: if you get a time machine, that's what you should do. But I think I might start wrapping things up. We hit the 3-hour mark. 3-hour mark. Yeah, school's so long ago. So long ago. How long ago was it? Well, I graduated high school over 2 decades ago, so that tells you something. Mild sob. Then I was in college for 9 years. I hit the 21st grade. So proud of myself. My academic career is old enough to drink. Yeah, a lot of time. A lot of time in school. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Was it all worth it? Debatable. But I enjoyed it. That's what matters. Just like streaming, I enjoy it. think, let's see, what weekend? It's a couple months. I have time to talk about that. Japan trip. Oh God, I keep forgetting tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Least favorite holiday. Garbo holiday. But that's a pretty common take. Garbo, not because other people relationships. Garbo because I just don't feel it, you know? Just don't feel it. Not my vibe, not my scene, not my people. And there's always when you're not romantic at all, Valentine's Day is hell stressful if you're in a relationship. It's like, I just be romantic. And you're like, what does that mean? I don't feel it. I don't get it. And you're trying to like fake it. Ugh. Not doing that again. Being single on Valentine's Day, way better. I'm trying to fake it in a relationship. Drop my pencil. I'm spinning my Apple Pencil around vigorously and occasionally dropping it phase of the evening. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. We are 90 minutes over than how long I thought the stream was gonna go. My rice has been ready, sitting in my little dojirushi being like, I'm keeping it warm for you, bud. I'm keeping it warm for you for that palak paneer. I feel my voice going. And so I'm gonna sure as my shirt lines up with my halter top lines up with my background if I sit right here. Thank you all for joining. It's been a lot of fun. Glad everyone joining in chat is always a great and fun experience. One of the true joys of streaming is interacting with people in chat, even if they remind you of your old age and mortality by saying that Bluey was their favorite cartoon growing up. So thank you all for joining. I will continue to have daily piano practice hand cam streams at about noon to 3 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. And then my next stream is, I think, my longer stream is Baldur's Gate 3 on Sunday. And then I'll probably have chatting and drawing. I want to get back into doing chatting and drawing streams this time every Friday. I just had a series of Friday events that cut into it, like 2-3 weeks in a row where I just had like social events on Friday. So I'll be back at this same time next week. And I'll have probably some more wine or Scotch ale or a porter or something to go with it. Because I enjoy that. Otherwise, I'm just drinking home alone. Sad. Sob. Hope everyone has a great Friday. Hope everyone has a great weekend, a great 3-day weekend if you have a 3-day weekend lined up. If not, enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, however form it takes. I'm Sandish, and I'll catch everyone the next time I stream. Bye-bye, everybody.